2, 1.
Yo, Mal, do I look chubby?
Nah, you look good, bro. You look jacked.
I just feel like this is
jacked.
You look a little thick.
Hey there. Fuck you.
Like a little bit.
Yo, I did get chubby, man. I'm sad.
This is bulking season right now.
Yeah, true. Hey, man, thank you for clicking on the bio or wherever you found this at. So appreciate you. Simply Too Mellow. Yo, I haven't done one of these intros in a while. Your sex advisors, your backseat advisors, your homeboys, your life partners, friends.
Partners.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Daze, aka Anthony, aka 22 Wavy, aka Chuleta, aka Mr. See Your Fries.
He's really going back in time.
Mr. See Your Fries when you're not looking.
This is his
Mr.
old
See Your
intro.
Fries when I'm
Don't
not
interrupt
looking.
me, man. Come
This
on.
is his old ass intro, bro.
He's haters. They have good AKAs, man. Am I missing anything?
No, I think you hit it.
Nah.
All right, Joe, come on. And then we got.
Yo, what's going on? It's Pedro, aka Dro, aka Groovy One, aka Don Pedro, and aka that's all I got for y'all.
What happened to
Come on, man. Don't fuck with the flow. Don't fuck.
Oh, Drogas. That's
I'm
my-
gonna sue you guys.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one.
Drogas. That's my name, my guy.
I'm not jacking.
Drogas, because I got the gas.
Stop.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Come on,
How you feel?
man.
Be proud of me.
I'm not proud of you.
I
for
don't
that
like you
lame
today.
ass
You're acting different
joke.
today.
You're embarrassing me in front of my new
I'm
friends.
not. No, what are you talking about?
All right, whatever. We'll get to it. And then we have.
We got Vin, aka Sid, aka Edgar.
And let me just tell y'all something. I see a little podcast out here with your rap artists, with your
Why
painters.
are you doing podcast beef? You always tell me, yo, no podcast beef. And
I'm
mo-
joking.
They don't
joking.
know
You
you.
might as well just say the name of the podcast now.
I honestly have no idea.
He don't give a fuck about you podcast.
I'm just kidding, man. I fuck with all y'all, man.
Do you listen
But
to the podcast?
there's,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Of course, I support everybody, man. It's all love over
Yeah,
here.
he's out here.
Nah,
throwing the beat.
but
After all that, it's all
there's
over.
no beef. Man. But we have somebody very special today. We have two people. Somebody who here on the mic. We have my boy in the background over there. Shout out to Mel.
Hey.
And then we have a something new for us.
new?
This is somebody who beats me up every week.
Sometimes
Backstory.
Oh, we have an amateur Muay Thai fighter.
There we go.
Yeah, some real shit.
Some real shit.
Yeah, man.
Nah,
He's thrown an
yeah.
elbow at somebody before, so that's fire.
There's no greater feeling. No greater feeling. honestly.
Yeah, so he beats me up all the time, but this dude is mad cool, mad chill. Somebody who's helped me in my Muay Thai journey just by inspiring me, giving me some tips, piecing me up.
You went real there.
Yeah, man, we're going
That
to
was
series.
cute.
This
That
is
was
my
cute.
series back.
I,
Yeah,
that was
my
nice.
heart melted
Yeah.
a little bit. I felt
Yeah.
really cool.
He never speaks like that to me.
I
Fucking
do.
cock.
Pedro was the first one to taught me how to throw a punch, actually.
Yo, there we go. That's,
He's like-
that's a memory.
He looked at me and said, yo, pull a cigarette out of these motherfuckers.
Put a cigarette on this.
I was like, what do you
That's what I said.
He- I was like,
Put some sazon behind that.
Put some sazon.
Fucking cigarette.
Bro, I was like, what do you mean cigarette? There's no cigarette. He's like, yo, put your hips, twist your foot on the hips, baby. Twist that fucking foot.
Like
I was
an
like,
old
oh my
grandpa.
God.
It sounds like an old dad.
It was like
You're gonna hold back.
like the Rocky movies.
Yeah, I feel
man.
like I feel like
He
that.
had like a little beanie. He's like, come on,
Stick the jab. Stick
come
the jab,
on,
rock.
pull a cigarette out. I'm like, where'd you get that accent from? Like, you never had that accent. But yeah, somebody who's been a very important figure in my life as of late, just by inspiring me, showing me love, making me feel welcome. The two gentlemen here, actually. Yeah, amateur Muay Thai fighter. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro. We got my boy Jerimiah.
So to go with y'all's flows is Jerimiah Vega, aka Kid Flash. That's my
that's a
name.
Because
nickname?
he's fast,
That's a fight name?
That's the
motherfucker.
mic name.
Oh,
So it's
shit.
the fight
That's
name.
your official fight name?
How'd you get that name though?
Where?
So I remember
Fuck,
sparring.
you weren't finished, bro.
So I just remember sparring. I was in East Meadow, and my coach Jess, who's 100 and she fights at 108 pounds. She's a white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes,
Oh damn.
and she's watching me spar and everything.
She's super sweet.
She's super sweet, but
super
she
cool.
but she fucking sparred
She'll
and
fuck
kicked
you
me
up.
in the throat like 3 weeks ago. We were sparring, and I just went in, and she just fucking you know what a teep is, right?
Yeah.
She just fucking put
Well,
her
for those
foot-
who don't, what's a T?
So a teep, it's you bring your knee like to your chest, like close to your chest. You bring it up, and then you extend your leg all the way out. And usually you want to aim.
It's like a
someone-
foot jab.
that's what
Like
it's
the
basically
jab for the
basically.
foot.
Perfect representation is in the 300 movie in the
Sparta?
well.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Sparta where he like
This is-
kicked
yep.
the motherfucker into the shit.
Exactly.
It's essentially one of those.
Yes, and she did one of those to my neck, and that did not feel great. And so, but going back, I was sparring with some guy, and she was like, yo, use your speed. And so I just remember like throwing combos and lighting the guy up and moving and then coming back in. And then my training partner, George, he was like, yo, you're Kid Lightning. And then Jess was like, no, you're Kid Flash. And I was like, I fucking hate the Flash. And my fight name at that time was Nightwing. And I love Nightwing. Like, he was the first Robin. And then he was like, yo, fuck this, I want to be my own superhero. And so...
DC.
Yeah, it's a...
Like,
I'm so far removed from all
Anthony
that.
has no clue of
No
any
clue.
superhero character.
I know Batman, I know Joker, Superman, Cyclops. I
Listen.
know a couple. Hold up.
Cyclops. That's
What's the
that's
orange
a
dude?
whole-
The Hulk's cousin type.
The
of
Thing?
Thing?
That's Fantastic Four, bro.
That's Marvel.
Yo, what's...
Wait,
My son.
is he a
It's okay.
thing? Wait,
Nah.
what thing?
He's literally
He's
That's
called
his
The
name.
Thing.
He's called
Yeah,
The Thing.
that's Fantastic
The Rock
Four.
dude. The Rock dude?
That's not Hulk's cousin.
No.
I mean, they're like different, but they're not.
Are they in the same movies?
No.
They could be.
Like, yeah.
They're in the same comics.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different universes.
Yeah.
So, but that's how I got the name Kid Flash.
That's hard.
Jess just gave it to me.
So
Do you still hate the Flash?
No.
So you're
Have you
embracing it.
embraced the name now?
I have.
So
And
that's
then
your,
when- and
that's your
then-
fight name when they call you out.
Yeah, Jeremiah Kid Flash Vega.
Oh, that's hard. That got a ring to it.
Yeah.
Ring to it.
And so...
Yeah, what would your fight
Something-
name be?
I don't fucking know. Yo, like, you ever play the UFC games and like you have to choose your nickname, and I'm like, none of these nicknames describe me.
Mhm.
I wouldn't know. Like,
It sucks that you have to pick from a fucking list though.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't give you the option to
What would I
just
be?
type it in
Mm-hmm.
and try to sound it
it's
out.
tough because like you want to come up with something
Anthony.
original.
Anthony.
I think the hardest name is like Connor. Like Connor
Notorious.
McGregor. Like,
Yeah.
how do you own a fucking like?
It's hard because like when he walks out to the biggie shit, that's hard.
It's so hard. And
Well,
it's-
alright,
he
what
does
was-
this little Irish shit with it too now.
What would be your
Or
walkout
used to.
song?
My walkout song?
Yeah.
Oh, that's another hard one, bro. I wouldn't know. You just put that on the spot. I wouldn't know.
How does that work? Do you choose your own?
You just
Or-
choose it. Sometimes like there's a song leading up to like in my fight camp. Like my when I fought in December, my brother George, he showed me That's My Nigga. It was in the movie The Bright with Will Smith, and it's by Meek Mill.
Oh, I know.
So
what
I
you're
just
talking
remember.
about. You're on Netflix, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I just
I know
remember
what
getting
you're
my
talking
hands wrapped, and that song was just on repeat. And I fucking
Yeah.
won that fight in the second round TKO, and that shit was.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so sometimes like in your fight
Shit,
camp,
bye.
yeah, in your fight camp, like you just there's a song that kind of attaches yourself.
I would probably take Trippie Red. Like Death or Dead.
Oh,
With the baby.
you going down.
You going down.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, if
I'm outside.
I have the
with the gang,
mentality that
whatever.
it's either kill or get killed. So
Yeah.
it would have to be
Slow
the
down,
baby.
baby.
man.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking get there.
Yeah,
You
you
do
have to.
whoa, pump the brakes.
I was just letting you know.
Some good content
That's my,
coming.
that's my
Wow.
song right there.
Check you out. Look at you working.
Yo, honestly, I've been getting kind of swole at the gym, so that's my song. that's like, yo, like, if
I
I'm
see
like,
those pics.
if I'm like mid like about to fail and I hear that song, I was like, oh,
Little something in you.
oh, yeah, punch your ass real quick.
Yeah,
That's
dick gets
good
hard a little
posture.
bit.
That's good posture.
That is good
Punch your
posture.
ass, tighten your core.
Yeah.
I'm,
Squeeze your
I'm
butthole.
transitioning kettlebells now. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, I'm trying. We do like some like.
Bro, the fucking workout we did.
It's
today.
so funny because it's
It's
like,
just
here's my fat ass. Here's two. This motherfucker is ripped. That motherfucker's brolic. And then I'm just here like,
I see them pecs.
what fucking. He just hit me with the.
Niggas doing the titty
Yeah, I didn't know. He's doing a little pec shit where you, I can't do
Pec
that. I got too much tetas under me, bro. my fat's leaving too. I'm bulking right now, bro.
And then here's my fat ass is like, or here's like, what we're doing like the ab workout, and Jeremiah's like, come on, man.
I do the same, man. I stop. I'm like, yo, you ain't a bitch, Jay. You ain't a bitch, Jay. Or my boy Mel, he showed me a video of this guy, David Goggins, like just
That dude's
benching.
insane,
Bro, he was just benching
I
in
know
the
that
gym.
is.
You is like that. He was like a SEAL, right?
Yeah.
That dude, like, will go watch one video will make you want to go like.
Yo,
do 1,000
you'll be
pull-ups.
inspired to do something. You'll like do a fucking 1,000.
He was on the.
push-ups
I
right
found
now.
out about him from the Joe Rogan podcast.
He sounds very familiar. I've probably seen it.
Yeah, if I show you a picture, I think you.
But Navy SEALs are wild, bro.
Bro, that's another.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
They're like another. They're like a superhuman.
Mhm.
I've just sit there before when you like start talking about like the Navy SEAL training and shit. I've sat on YouTube for like 4 hours watching Navy SEAL.
Oh, remember
training
that?
videos.
Yeah,
bro.
it's
And the
insane,
shit
bro.
they go through just to even like be qualified as one, dude. That's like next level shit.
Yeah, you gotta go through intense ass fucking training.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
Who's gonna carry the boats
Yeah.
and the logs?
Fuck that. Hell.
Bro,
no.
just the craziest thing is that they basically
Bro.
drown you in water,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you have to just figure out how to survive.
They do some shit, man. So thank you for coming on. Like I said, you've been helping me a lot lately in my new journey in this, and so speaking to you, I've noticed a couple things. Just like we're very like-minded in a lot of ways, and just your mind is pretty cool. So we're gonna get into that. But first, we're fucking up tradition. I didn't ask you guys how your weekend went. Joe, talk to me. Oh, y'all was together, right?
Today's Sunday, so
Weekend starts what? Friday.
Friday.
Okay,
So we had a fire Friday. We went snowboarding. It was honestly pretty lit.
Where'd y'all go? Vermont.
No, we went to Mohawk Mountain.
It was like
Connecticut.
It was like Connecticut.
Love
yeah.
that.
Connecticut.
You been
You
there?
ever do the lemon squeeze?
What?
The lemon squeeze in Mohawk Mountain where you climb the side of the mountain?
No.
Bro, you're fucking
Is that a
up.
thing?
Yeah.
Like,
You
is
go
that
up,
like a
you
trail,
go
or is that
yeah,
like a
you go
snow?
up the side of the mountain,
Oh,
and
we
then
was
you
doing
go
snow.
in between the mountain, and then you go to like the little castle on top where it looks down the Mohawk house. You're welcome.
Oh,
You like, you like literally fucked
Is
us.
that in the summer or is that in the winter?
Bro, it's all year round.
What
Oh, the lemon squeeze though, I wouldn't be smart to go in the winter.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's
I was gonna say, I was
No,
like,
they
I don't
are.
remember any of this
I'll remember that for
shit.
next time though.
No, so you know where the
Definitely.
Mohawk house is?
Nah,
Yes.
we went snowboarding. So I don't know if that's
It
like,
might be somewhere different.
It's probably a different
Like on the-
part of the mountain.
Yeah, it could be on the opposite side, but do the lemon squeeze. You climb up the side of the mountain, and bro, the views are beautiful. Man.
I need that.
Facts.
Isn't it so weird being around? So like when I go to the motherland, I'm like in mountains and
Talk
shit.
about
like,
nature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. It's so weird, right? Like
I love that shit.
I feel like when I'm outside, or like just like in those type of like when I've climbed mountains, I went like to the volcano or whatever, and like when you realize that you're nothing, like here's Mother Nature in the universe, and although we got all this technology, we think we know everything, we ain't shit, bro. Like in the world,
Yeah.
we're nothing. Like a hurricane come through right now, there's
Yeah.
tsunami, like that shit's not stopping nobody.
What fucks me up is like
They got piranhas out there, bro.
Yo, fuck piranhas, bro.
Yo, little
Honestly.
motherfuckers will
where's
bite.
piranhas native from?
I don't know, but they'll bite
Yo,
your
hell, that's where
They're
they're fucking
from-
native from.
They'll bite your meat off.
Yo, you know
they're from the
Yo.
rainforest.
there's still some species in the water that we don't
Yeah,
even know.
nah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the water's like its own little like.
I'm
crazy
so afraid
thing.
of the water. It's such a beautiful thing. It's common, but like going into the water, y'all know me. I don't like going to the. You get sand in your butt. It's all
I love
much
the
of-
beach,
I
bro.
love that.
But it's just
Sand
like-
between your toes.
I love it.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm with Anthony on that, bro. I hate the beach as well.
But like,
solely for the sand.
have you guys ever just realized how little we are to nature? Like a hurricane can just wash this whole shit out.
Yeah. I
Especially
realized-
Long Island, like
I was gonna say like we're kind of like we live in the suburbs, but then there's the city, and then if we drive 2 hours up, then there's like the like the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
the mountains and shit,
Mhm.
and it's just like crazy. Like you like there's so much madness going on as a New Yorker that like you just tune it out. But then when you're in like
Once
the
you
middle-
leave that bitch?
yeah, when you're in the middle of nowhere or like like in a mountain or hiking, you're like you can hear the cracking and shit. Like it freaks me out. Like it's pretty dope.
that's fucked me up though, cause it's like I sit there and I'm like, okay, Anthony, if some shit was to go left right now, my guy, what are you gonna do? Like,
Oh, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm like such like I always have alternate plans.
Yeah.
I always think of worst case. So what's that shit called? Contingency plans. I always have contingency plans where
well,
I
I
go.
try. Well, see, like when I go out, I'm like one of those fucking paranoid dudes. Like I'm where's the exits?
Yeah.
Where's like the nearest wall? If motherfuckers try to
Oh,
get busy
yeah, I
on
do
you.
that same thing.
Facts.
Like somebody try to get busy on you is like I try to look for the nearest wall, just like so nobody can come from behind and
Facts.
clock you. You know what I'm saying? So like little shit like that. But if I'm in the middle of a fucking mountain and I hear a fucking hyena, I don't know, a mountain lion, whatever, like
Kicking the fuck up that
Yo,
hyena.
you saw the guy who like killed the mountain lion?
Yeah,
I heard about
his
it.
hands. Yeah,
He's a jujitsu guy. And he fucking
Yeah.
he choked
Choked
it.
it?
He choked the
I was like, there's
mountain.
only one way he did that.
it's
Yo,
choking.
yeah.
Choking that motherfucker.
So what's your contingent? I can't say that. It's a Z word.
Contingency. I just
Contingency.
learned what that word, man.
It's a
Yeah.
big
What's
word,
your
man.
plan in like
Learned 2 new words today.
in the middle of the mountain?
In the middle of the mountain. I always download my maps offline every time I go, and when you do it offline, you'll see the trails in them. Right, so like I know how to get back.
Okay, yeah.
Granted, this is all. I don't do a hike when it's sunset because you can't see a goddamn thing. I know that from experience.
Same.
That shit
That
is
shit's
scary as
scary.
fuck.
That shit is scary,
Yo,
bro. You
literally-
can't see anything, but you hear so much shit going
So
on.
as we just talk about going upstate where you like you ain't shit, right? So now imagine that with your senses of sight going away.
Fuck.
Bro. But then they're still there, but you'll start seeing shit.
Like last
I'm like,
minute.
I definitely
it's
just saw
probably
this
worse
right
to be
now.
dark and to try to see stuff.
Yeah.
than to just not see anything. At
You
all.
just realize how scared you get.
So like, all right, Joe, you have done different types of martial arts your whole life.
Or
Jeremiah, you fight professionally. Amateur league.
Not yet.
With the intention of going pro.
Right.
100%.
Do you get that same sort of feeling? Maybe not the feeling in the middle of the woods, but like what he was just saying, how like everything goes like dark and you just hear things. Is there like some part of fighting or in your fighting experience that you've gone numb and you just like, it's not life or death, but it's basically like life or death. Like you try to figure out
like in the woods?
No, just like in general,
like
in a fight, do you feel like that feeling of you being like
like close to death? Or
yeah, like danger.
Like, I gotta fucking dig deep.
Yeah, because like if I'm in the middle of a mountain and like my phone is dying and it's dark and I'm trying to get like everything's like my
adrenaline.
Yeah, like I feel like in a weird way. Nah, I don't obviously fight Muay Thai like fight, but like I feel like there's like a sense of survival that kind of kicks in.
Absolutely.
Do you find that?
You get fight or flight.
Do you find that in your fights?
Well, I found that like over the years, my kind of like flight instinct gone away because it was like I'm just gonna see if I can like not stand and like defend myself, but if it's like an animal, like so I got attacked by a husky that lived like up the block from me, and it was in front of my dad's house, and I kind of like guided it to its house, and then it turned around and saw me as a threat. And in my head, I was like, "Oh my God, just make sure you got home safe."
Right, yeah.
You know, and then it charged me, and it like came at me, and I straight up grabbed it by its collar, and I was doing jujitsu, and I kind of did like a hip toss.
You beat that ass.
Yeah, and I grabbed its collar and I twisted it because at this point, like my hands were bleeding and everything. So I'm like, this dog tried to kill me.
Yeah.
And then this 8-year-old ran up and he was like, "Please don't hurt my dog, sir." And I just felt so fucking bad. Because in my mind, I was like, I have to kill this dog because if it was my sister, she wouldn't have defended herself. You know, if it was my dad, you know, I was like, I have to lose. But then when I saw the kid, I was like, I'm not about to kill this animal in front of this child. You know, I felt bad. So I let the fucking dog go, and then it fucking kept biting me, and then it ran away because it didn't want to smoke. I felt bad. So I fight anything. So and if I lose or if I get hurt, I tried. You know, same thing in a fight. In my last fight, I went against this guy, Mucho Macho, and I called him out. I called him out heavy. Yeah, and he's a shorter guy. And we fought at 120, and I'll never fight at 120 again, but from belt to belt, we did 5 rounds. It was a championship fight. And from belt to belt, this man just had relentless pressure, like boxing and elbows. Like there was no, I don't want to say technique, but he was just trying to hurt me. And that.
Like pure aggression?
Pure aggression, man. Pure aggression.
Yeah.
You know how they say like he was throwing the kitchen sink? Like this motherfucker threw a house at me and like just didn't stop.
Christ.
Yeah, like he was propagating me. Yeah. It was just bad. And so at one point, like in the
cinder block, plant thing outside. Car, just throwing mad shit at you.
Everything, everything.
That
like punches, elbows, spin elbows. Like
there was the taxes too.
And straight up, and there was the IRS came to me heavy. And so I just remember like close to the middle of the 3rd round, I was like, "Yo, this guy doesn't want a technical fight. He wants to like a fight to
fucking brawl."
Yeah, like the only thing I remember my dad telling me before I went to this fight, he was like, "Yo, the only thing stopping this man from killing you is the ref." And that like right before I fought was just like, fuck. Like,
Christ.
I was mentally ready. I just wasn't like physically ready. I didn't have like the best camp or anything. But when I was there, I was like, I can't back out. I was like, I'm here now. Like, if anything, I'm gonna go out with my sword and shield, or I'm gonna leave in a stretcher. So I tried to hold my own, but my gas tank wasn't there. I was fatiguing really bad, and I was embarrassed. It was in front of a huge crowd. It was on UFC Fight Pass, and so I'm like, I just got my ass beat in front of people. I just got my ass beat, like not beat. But like, he beat the brakes off. You just lost. Like you do jiu-jitsu, so when someone like kind of has the upper hand on you. Yeah. And it was like that, and I was like, yo, this is not a great feeling. Yeah. But
like you're behind.
Exactly. I still went out on the fight. I was like, if I'm going out on anything, it's my sword and shield.
That's like my thing about fighting, man. It's like, it's not like losing a basketball game or like losing a soccer game. It's like you lost. Like, I don't know how to describe the feeling because like I've trained a lot, right? But it's like, when you spar against someone, like you get like you go down on one knee type shit, and it's like, I just got sunned essentially, and it fucking sucks. And our coach does that. And it sucks so fucking bad. And then it's like, take that on like a main stage, as you just said. Like, it takes a lot of fucking balls. So it's like, win or lose. Like, I never like OD. I was just like, I respect both men, unless they do shit like Kobe. Fuck Kobe. That shit was crazy.
And after every fight, I always go up to like my opponent. Yeah. Like, when you know, we go back to the locker rooms and everything, and I always go up to them like, yo, like, thanks for the experience, you know, like whether it's win or loss, you know, like I know what it took for me to be here, and like to even step in the ring takes a lot of fucking balls and a lot of sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and sometimes like we go through life and we sometimes bring life into the ring, or like with us, like on the mats and everything, and just you gotta learn how not to do that, like leave that shit outside that ring.
Are you like zoned in?
Yeah, I try to be. Sometimes I pace back and forth because I'm just like, I just want to fucking put my hands on someone. You know?
How do you separate that though? Like we just said, you can't bring life into your ring. Like how?
Just honestly.
Well, how have you gotten to that?
Me, I find that it's best to just be alone. So like with me, like if I wasn't doing this podcast, I'd be at Unique Fitness hitting the bag right now, just doing rounds. Saturday nights I do the same thing after like I do all the other training, and so. Like when most people are like out with their girl or anything, like I'm watching fights. I'm just trying to spend as much time like in fighting, you know. And of course, like my biggest like thing is food. Like you know, I always tell you I'm going out and I'm eating food. Like, bro, this week I ate 1.5 gallons of ice cream.
Wait, can we just tell them? Can we just
a large
bro,
pint?
I don't even drink 1.5 gallons of water. How much is a gallon? What's the pint?
Hold on.
All right, so
listen to this. Remember you said that you just realized that your whole life you've been eating.
That's a pint.
quarts.
The pints
the
Ben and Jerry
quarts. I ate 6 of the quarts.
It's like 1 gallon of water.
6
Just put ice cream in there.
How's your asshole?
It's like 1 gallon of water.
Yeah, it was good. Well,
I know it wasn't. I'm sorry. Like, yo, I eat like a pint of like dulce de leche. My ass is out, bro. That's the only reason I know I say it that way.
I don't know how. Sometimes I just like after training, like you know, like when you train for so long, you just like you want to chill out for a little bit. My coach told me he's like, yo, like take a few rest days. I was like, fuck. I was like, that means like pig the fuck out, bro. I just remember making multiple stops to ShopRite just to get ice cream and cookies.
What's the go-to flavor?
Mint chocolate chip.
What are your go-to cookies?
The M&M ShopRite cookies, and they're $3.99. There's 24. It's a
M&M ShopRite
promo. You gotta stop and shop card. You know what to do.
I do the cookies and cream classic.
Yeah,
of course.
I like Dulce.
I met somebody who likes. Yeah, what do you like?
I'm a vanilla person. I'm basic.
Vanilla. So vanilla bean or vanilla like homemade?
Oh, French vanilla.
Shit. Vanilla homemade, vanilla bean, French vanilla.
You ever?
There's another type of just regular vanilla, not even homemade, just vanilla.
You ever made that shit in chem, in high school? Made the ice cream?
Yeah, it tastes like
I
shit.
never had that.
It did taste like shit, but like I was like, oh, I fucking made ice cream.
I was so scared.
I wish I remember that.
When my first was like, oh, now you can eat it. I was like, what?
Yeah, my
I don't
whole.
trust myself.
Were we in the same? No, we wasn't.
Nah.
Nah, fuck.
So
school is a trip.
What'd you do this weekend?
We didn't even get to finish.
Oh, we just
Oh
went
yeah,
snowboarding.
yeah, I went
It was just fun
snowboarding,
as
bro.
shit.
What did I do this weekend? What's the damn, bro?
Yesterday,
Saturday I chilled at the crib. Friday I did the same.
It's not a fan of going out no more.
Yo, there's nothing about there's nothing like against going out. It's weird now. Like, I don't know if I just gassed out. Like, fam, we've been going out since like I used to work for a DJ company. He still works there, and we'd be like since we were like 16, going to parties, sweet 16s, weddings, and then we would also go to like the house parties. And then when we turned 21, then we were going to the clubs. And then like I just feel like it just like got too much. I get anxiety being around too many people like that, bro. I get like I'm so like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's too much, and people start fighting, and like it's just like there's way too much shit. So it's just like I try to slow down. It's weird when you really break down like what's going on. It's like people are there, and it's normal to have. If you go out, it's great. Like that's awesome. Just be safe. But I get you're going there, you're dancing, cool, having a good time. But like when like don't just find it weird. Like yo, it's like very animalistic. It's like especially for like the single people, right? I'm not saying everybody's gonna go there, get a girl, get a guy. But for those who do,
it's definitely the main purpose, though.
Not always. Like sometimes we go out, like
I'd say like 80% of it.
But it's like so we're in this enclosed environment, right?
When there's music playing, it's an animalistic feel. When it's a regular bar, then it's different. I feel.
Well, yeah, just like the environment. Like in my mind, is that yo, we're there.
Yo, just
and
call
like
it out. This is Patch Hog.
Closed environment.
Patch Hog.
I can't do
Patch Hog is
no more.
crazy.
I can't. And it's so funny because it's like it's fucking. I've been
something else.
We've been to like.
I don't feel that way when I go to Manhattan.
We've been to like
go to Queens.
we've been like to like hood spots.
Yeah,
hood spots. And it's like
whatever the fuck that means.
right, like that's what I'm doing the air
Well,
quotes.
Mystique, I would define as a hood spot.
I'm doing like the air
Mystique
quotes.
is
Yeah,
Are
Mystique
you
is
talking
like,
about Farberdale?
yeah.
Oh,
Like if I
no,
wear
that's
something or
fine.
like,
That's fine.
yeah, like I'm afraid for my life sometimes.
Yeah, Mystique.
Nah, but we've
Especially
been to
that
like.
back room and there's no exit.
Yeah.
Dude,
I feel
my
like-
God.
Yeah.
Talking about like having a plan of action if something goes down. Dude, you're trapped in a fucking back room, no exit in the back.
There is one, but it's by the DJ booth.
Bro, yeah, you have to fucking punch the DJ in order to get through it.
You got like
And
Mortal
the hallway-
Kombat levels that shit.
Okay.
Like,
The
you got
hallway-
like level 1, level 2, level 3. It's a zigzag to get the fuck out of there.
Bro, the hallway to get back to the front is about like one body person wide.
Damn, you have to fucking walk sideways.
Yeah, and that's where the bathrooms are also.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like you got people in line waiting for the bathrooms, and you gotta like fucking shimmy your fucking way through there. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I'm a
What was
professional
the dance?
shimmy
What was
to
the
the
dance?
crowd.
I'm a
What was the
great
dance?
shimmy guy.
Yo,
What was the dance? What was the dance of the shimmy?
Yeah, bro, it was fucking.
I became elite
Ridiculous.
at the
snake. I call it the snake.
getting through the
Snake.
crowd. You know what I mean? I occasionally I'm a bad bro. Cause sometimes
Yeah.
you just bum, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like we're in this enclosed environment and there's alcohol that alters your judgment.
Hey.
And then some people are here to dance. Some people are here to like get rowdy. Some people are here to like
Get some
trying to
cheeks.
find somebody. Yeah, trying to get some cheeks. And it's just like it's weird to me. Like
I
I look around I'm like whoa.
You don't strike me as someone that goes out, but do you go out?
No.
He said he spends.
I heard, yeah. How do you like? When was the last time you ever went out? Like, do you go out with your group of guys?
So the last time I went out, bro, this is my group of guys.
All right.
These two guys, bro. Like after training, me and him, we just watch videos.
All
Like
right.
for
I'm
hours.
a big
hours.
YouTube guy. Or UFC fight
Huge
pass
on
at
the
the time.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking like the only reason I say this because I have training done. I'm that guy that if shit popped off, like you gotta look at me type shit.
Mhm.
So I was just wondering.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's
somebody ever
100%.
somebody starts anything with me, I look at Joe like, Mr. Jiu-Jitsu.
My question was like, are you that guy to your friends? But never mind. You fucking like you just chill.
But then again, you also gotta understand that his whole friends is in that group.
Damn, I need more fight friends.
So imagine like we came across them and all of a sudden shit starts popping out. We're fucked.
Alright, when I get popped,
We got one against, like, five.
I'm gonna have a solid crew. I'm gonna integrate them. It's what we
Word, if
stack.
I'm ever out, I get snuffed. I'm looking at Joe like, put
bro.
the cigarette out,
Oh, like
bro.
that Kevin Hart thing. Put the cigarette out.
You see me getting hit, do something.
I always say if it's 1-to-1, you shoot the fit. You shoot
Yeah,
the
he always
fair
said
one.
that.
But if
Hey,
it's
if
more
you get
than
beat
one,
up, I
if
got
it's
you.
more than one, then I'm there for you.
But if it's a one-on-one and we're getting washed, can we like tap you in?
Nah.
And then we dip.
Yeah, it's
It's
like,
a
yo,
respect,
you gotta-
we-
yeah, you
we've
gotta
told
handle
this-
it. You gotta handle it.
We've told this story before, and I'll never forget it. We had back in the day, we were really cool with this other group of friends. One of them just having like she was like our sister, right?
Sorry, this is.
And then we went out.
We hear it
I
every
know
time.
what
Every
it is.
time.
Yo, cause this shit was so funny. Like this girl, she was with us, whatever, chilling. Big dude, bro. Big, solid dude. Just behind her, just got behind her, started dancing
Oh,
on her.
shit.
As
Yeah.
Anthony
And so-
would say, an NFL
Linebacker,
bro.
So
Linebacker,
like sometimes like when like
Fucking big.
like our friends who are girls, like they got uncomfortable with guys who are being too much. So like, oh, like they'll just grab us, whatever, and you know, whatever. She had the fucking nerve, while the Hulk is fucking on her fucking back, fucking
Dude, he's latched.
winding.
He's
Yeah,
latched.
like, on her.
Like
Oh,
he's like arms around her, like latched.
Like his whole dick is on her shoulder blades.
all sorts of fucking, all sorts of hip movements. She had the nerve. And typically, you know, like they don't want anything to do with the guy. They'll grab us and we give them out. We're like, yo, like,
Yeah.
she's with us. She had the fucking nerve while fucking King Kong's on her fucking back
The Hulk to King
to
Kong.
grab me, and I was just like,
Nah,
I
wrong one.
don't know who the
Wrong one.
fuck you are. And I kept it moving. She's like,
Hold on.
Yes.
don't put me in that fucking situation. What am I gonna tell that big motherfucker?
There-
No, bro. She's no.
There was four.
I don't know you.
It was us three and one of our other friends. We all proceeded to dap this guy up.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
he flashed
you
out,
got it, bro.
Bro, we dapped him up so quick. We was like, "We don't want no problems. This is your girl. No worries."
Yeah.
Like,
And
bring her
she's
back,
over there
bring her
like
back.
waiting for one of you
Yeah,
to say,
It was like a semi-circle. It was a collective like.
She tried to go like this, she tried to grab me. I was like,
we just like get the fuck off of me. Like I don't know.
I was like,
you.
yo,
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
Yo, I just saw a big mass, like just like
just hit it.
Just like
it's okay. Yeah.
I saw like a big like. No, you handle that, not me.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, if anything ever happens, I'm looking at Joe like, yo.
I would say if it's a big dude, I'm breaking ACLs or tearing ACLs.
You're going for cheap shots.
This thing,
if it's outside of the ring, like,
you gotta
I have
go
to defend myself.
We're fucking peaceful people, bro. Like,
Yeah,
we're
100%.
very peaceful. We never look
Most
for problems.
fighters are very peaceful.
Most fighters
Like
are.
you really gotta OD disrespect to get to get clapped up, honestly.
Mhm.
So, my bad. So, back, now that you say that, I want to talk a little bit more about how, like, I guess we got to bring it back to go where I want to go. But that whole, what you said earlier, when everybody's doing this, I'm studying. When everybody's doing that, I'm hitting the back. Before we get there, like, when did you start? Why? Like, why did you decide, like,
to join the most brutal fucking sport?
Yeah.
To not confuse the listeners, I don't know if y'all niggas really watch fighting like that. You know, you got MMA, which is most people is associated with, right? You got wrestling, you got your jits, you got your kickboxing, you got your boxing. Muay Thai, the brutal scale, kicks all their asses. To catch a fucking go watch a fucking Muay Thai fight.
Yeah,
different.
It's completely like people are like, oh, it's so slow, and it was like, well, like each art has its own benefit, you know. But in the first two rounds, like professional, they're 5 3-minute rounds. And so for the first 2 minutes, it's just like a feeling out process. Because if I come in like, and I could get clipped with an elbow. If I stay in front of you too much, I can get a fucking shin to the face.
Get a headache,
bro. Like, and Thai fighters, what I'm starting to like really understand is like you plant your feet and you just fire. Like you have to punch as hard as you can. You have to kick as hard as you can. You have to throw a knee as hard as you can. While you're thinking like, what is this person doing? While I'm doing this? While I'm being offensive?
You're not afraid of a fucking to get hurt?
Honestly, not anymore. You know,
do you feel it? Like you just
100%, bro. Like that shit does not feel good. I remember the first time I took an elbow.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
What
went through your mind?
I just got hit with a fucking elbow. I got hit and I was like, "Fuck, that hurts so much." I was like, and then I just remember like, yo. I was like, I'm not coming in again, and I was like, what did I do wrong? And as I'm thinking that, like, I'm getting fucking beat up at the same time. And I remember just sitting out like, yo, my fucking face has never hurt this much before, because it was a beautiful right crossing elbow. The guy pulled my lead arm down so my face was open, and it was just, he had the elbow pad on, but fucking pads on elbows are
that shit don't do anything.
So it doesn't cut you, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So amateurs, you have to wear
gloves and elbow pads.
So real quick, so you fight at 125.
125.
How old are you?
25.
25. Beautiful.
Right.
When did you start training?
I was 16. I actually did 2 years of high school wrestling first, and then I got into MMA right after. Yeah,
I was 1 to like 18.
So like, what was it that like drew you? Just saw like fighting on TV or like self-defense?
So I remember I saw it's honestly a little of both. Like I used to be very timid, and like when like shit would pop off, I would be like that guy that kind of like cowers and everything. Cause I was like, I don't want to get into altercations or anything, and it was like, and I don't know like how to defend myself, so I don't want to get my ass. I don't want to get embarrassed.
One of those, like one of those like, you don't want to get your ass beat, so you gotta take self-defense course.
Something like that.
And it kind of just matured.
Yeah. And I also like I'm not a big school person, and I wasn't like. I remember like I would get like Fs every quarter. And I was just like, I honestly, I told my dad when I was, I think like 10, I was like, school's a joke to me. Like, cause think about like where it is right now. Yeah. Like it's school, like for me, like elementary and middle school and all that, high school, like it kind of just programs people. Like we're all given the same piece of paper, and then like the 5 of us, we can get a piece of paper in school, and then let's say you get 100. You get an 85, you get like a 60.
Sounds
and
right.
I've gotten a 25 on a piece of paper, and Mel got like another 100. And then to say like I'm gonna not amount to anything, I was just like, yo, like fuck you for judging me. And then you're telling us it's not nice to judge people and to judge people. Don't judge people.
In my job, I come across a lot of teachers, and we talk, and I'm just like, I think they have to understand, just in general, we talk about this all the time, but like the importance as teachers have when these like little adolescents, it's like enormous. And I feel like the system that they have now, which they have a method for it, cool. I get it. Who am I to like come up with this whole different? I don't know much, right? But I feel like they should be teaching more practical things, and they should figure out how to change testing. Because like you can be the smartest motherfucker, you can't take a test, you fall under pressure, whatever.
Yeah.
They have to figure out some sort of thing where one, they teach you more about life. Two, they don't
which they
make
don't
you feel
teach
like
really
shit.
at all. It's
No,
they
no,
don't teach
nothing.
life
You
anything.
gotta like. To me, it's like once you figure out the system is fundamentally flawed, is when you're just like, I just fuck this. This is not for me. Some people love the school system.
Yeah, and
They
I
love
take
that.
nothing
And
wrong
I-
with that.
and I
Any
wish I was
any
like
kind of
that.
education is good,
Of course.
but to like say that because
You're
I'm
bad
not,
because
yeah,
your
like,
grades,
because
like-
to say I'm uneducated in this is like,
And
okay.
it's- you ask anyone like that did the high school curriculum, like, all right, what'd you learn? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
But they didn't
You know
have to
what
do
I'm
my
saying?
boy Piggy like that from Lord of the Flies. Shots to him.
They really didn't.
damn, son, throwback.
They made me read that book 8
That was a
times.
good book
Yeah.
though. I fucked with that book.
But it's like
Fahrenheit 451. They were like,
Oh
burning
my
books and
god,
everything.
dude. That
I was like, yeah, I burned the books, bro. I love books now. Like, I don't listen to music. I listen to like
I'm
books.
trying to get more into my
I'm
literature bag, just because I feel like it just your brain just works.
Yeah.
Obviously, your brain works more, but it's just I'm more of like a content consumer. Like I love YouTube videos. I love like blogs and like video blogs and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like reading is always like great for the brain.
It is.
It works it so well.
100%.
yeah. So okay, so at 10-year-old you realize the school
16,
shit.
right?
Well, at
Oh,
10
no.
he realized school wasn't his shit.
Yeah, school was in my
So at
shit.
16, so what was the first Muay Thai was the first thing you got into?
Nah, man, I
MMA,
did-
right? You said?
I went into
Wrestling.
an MMA school. It's called Long Island MMA.
Hey.
And right after high school, I remember I told you this. I did a semester at Suffolk, like right off I-495, and I
You
had
tried like started like a club.
Say again?
You tried to start like a
I
club,
started,
right?
yeah, me and my boys tried to start a fucking car club called Flatline. It was me, my boy
deep cut.
Julio,
Yeah, man.
Elijah, and this kid 4-cylinder. His name's Marvin, but
That's a
hard name.
fire
Four
name.
cylinder?
4-cylinder. No, because his car had 4 cylinders.
Was it a Honda?
No, it was a fucking Neon.
Oh my god.
And
Those things were fucking old.
yeah, yo, and his
Those are
fucking
good.
bro, his intake, like when he would give gas, it would like come up and then come down. And it was like, I was like, yo, that's not supposed to do that, bro.
Oh, D.
And then I just remember going to class and then just like, of course, like paying attention and everything. And I was like lifting a lot more at the time. And I just remember walking in with like my meals and like I had my gallon and everything, and then I would just sit down, and then I would just like immediately start thinking about training, and then like the class would start and everything, and or just like in high school, like I didn't fucking like pay attention and anything. So I remember I also had a 6 a.m. class on Tuesday.
Trash.
Yeah,
So worse.
for real. And I fucking chose that shit. And then I found on like my on the schedule for MMA, it was like there was a 6 a.m. striking class, and I was like, I found myself like waking up early just to get my shit together, just to go to that class and not go to school. And then on my way back, I'd bump into my dad, and I'd have to come up with like something like, "Hey, Dad, I learned this in class," you know, just so he thinks that I
Yeah.
went to the class that day. And then he was like, "Yo, like, so like, you know, it's clear like you got to talk about it at some point." And I was just like, "I got a job doing training, and I want to like compete and everything." Got into this big fucking fallout and everything. And honestly, I would just go train just because living at my dad, like around that time, was a very toxic environment. You know, and he would always just like, he wouldn't say like the greatest things to me, and I'm very thankful that he's changed who he is now. But just then, I was like, right after work or right after school, I'd be like, "Yo, fuck going home. I'm going to the gym," and then just spend hours there, like 4 hours. Like it was jiu-jitsu, boxing, wrestling, and then Muay Thai, and then. You guys ever heard of the show Human Weapon? It was an old show.
Yes.
Bro.
I fucking love that show.
Bro, the first episode I saw was the Muay Thai.
You never watched it?
Bro,
Bro, go on YouTube
Bro.
and watch it.
Bro,
it's
this-
like
Is it where they take like the kick from like Muay Thai and
No,
like
no.
Taekwondo?
Yeah,
and, like,
it's
compare
something
it?
like that. But
It's
it's
something
two
like
guys
that.
and they just go to like different countries and train in that art and then
Oh, make that up.
fight the top fighter basically.
Oh, I see.
The first
and then,
episode
like,
I saw was
through
Muay
the
Thai.
video they like break down like
Yup.
moves and they like
Yeah, with the
they'll,
two
like,
fucking things.
They'll be like in Muay Thai how like a
The-
back elbow they'll analyze and be
Yeah.
like if you throw the back elbow at 20 miles per hour it's
Yes.
gonna do 300
Yes.
pounds of pressure. It only takes 20 pounds of pressure to break someone's nose and shit like that.
Bro, yeah.
Dude, this guy was mad nice and this guy was just
He was just big and he was huge,
But
bro.
he fucking won a couple of shit. Dude, watching him through Taekwondo is the funniest shit. That show is great. It's all on YouTube.
Yeah,
I love that show. That show is great.
Bro, that shit was fucking awesome, right?
Yeah, that show is
Bro, they would like do kung fu, taekwondo. First episode I saw was Muay Thai, and they were like, yeah, like they would kick things to like deaden the nerve endings in their shin bone and to create microfractures in their shin. And I was like, what the fuck do these people do? And you know, I tapped my leg on like a door, and I was like, ow. Yeah, I was like, ow, this fucking hurts.
Like you take a razor scooter to the shin.
Oh my god. Top 3
Or to the ankle. Ooh, that shit was so bad.
I fall on the floor doing Peter Griffin.
That shit sucks.
That's gonna be a good ass punishment. I'm like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't beat your kids, but
Yeah, you're kicked as well.
I'm like, yo, go out there and try to do a little spinny shit.
Yeah,
hit
bro.
your shin a couple times.
Yeah, for real.
Damn, so
So that got you into Muay Thai?
That piqued my curiosity into Muay Thai, and then the Thai classes in my school were only 30 minutes, and so I was like, I was taking a lot more of the boxing and the kickboxing, and I was like, yo, like I want to know how to fuck someone up with elbows, like that shit's always been like an interesting part, like fucking elbow, like I never thought like I could use this to like hit somebody, you know, like we're always taught like with our fists and with our legs. So when I found out elbows, and then you see the damage like they do to people and like the gashes, but like I've seen guys with like fucking pussies on their face from like gashes and everything. Or like one fighter, he had a gash so bad that you saw the nerve running through.
shut the fuck up.
Yo, his thing was huge, and the guy was like, yeah, that's a nerve. And he was like, fuck, man, like you see the nerve. And I was like, how do you do that? And I was like, I want to do that.
Some sick shit.
It is some sick shit.
Are you okay with my bad? Are you okay with the knowing, or how you come to terms that can possibly be
Happen to me?
Yeah.
100%, man. Yeah.
Is that
You
something
can't
you
expect
accepted
it
early on?
if you give it. No, in the beginning I was like, yo, I'm a fucking man. I was like, what's a jab? Boom. I learned that shit, and I was like, yo, no one's getting past this jab.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sparred this Bellator fighter, and I wasn't even like I was still new into like sparring and everything. So I want to say like this was like my 4th spar. I'm going against this Bellator fighter, and bro, this guy, he pieced me the fuck up. And before him, I went against this guy called Taekwondo, who destroyed my leg to where I couldn't even like stand properly.
Jesus.
And then I went against this fucking, his name was like the Savage or something. And I remember sparring, and after our spar, like he was like, yo, I'm sorry, man, like that. And I was like, bro, like you would kick me once, I would go down. And then I'd get back up, and we would touch gloves, and you would kick the same leg, and I would go back down. And this was happening for like 3 minutes. And I'm like, yo, like, is the coach gonna jump in at any point? Like, hey, this is the guy's 4th time sparring. Bro, like, and at one point, like, you see me, like, I'm like getting up, but I'm not letting my left leg touch the ground. And then I just see this fucking guy running at me with a low kick, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
Damn, for a fourth
for a
spar,
fourth
it's
spar,
like,
bro, and I'm
like looking back at it now, it's kind of OD.
Yeah, man, and you're a seasoned fighter. Like,
Yeah.
you're getting prepared for a fight. How the fuck am I? How is hurting me that bad helping
Yeah.
you?
They didn't give you
Alright.
like 10K for that?
I was making sure.
I seen that shit in movies. Like, yo, just go fight this guy real quick. We'll give you 10K.
Nah, dude, I remember going to the locker
You
room.
want to see that 10K? What the fuck?
Yeah, yo, and I was like, yo, like,
Yeah,
why
but you
the-
about to make
what
like
the fuck is going on?
100,000K.
It's always like ego at the gym is always like,
Yeah.
it's not funny, but it's funny. Because like you learn.
It's not
like,
funny when you're getting your ass beat.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That
saying.
shit.
Like, cause like, they're like the normal gym people that like is like maybe your level or like you're a little bit better than, and then you got like the professional fighters that humble, or the admins that like humble your ass, and you're like, ah, shit. And then you have the dickhead ones, and then you're like, all right, how do I react after this? Like, do I compose myself?
Yeah.
Do I go at him like in
An aggressive manner.
an aggressive manner? Do I like try to fight him? Like, how do I, you know, like it's just it teaches you so much about yourself. Like, I feel like when I get my ass beat or when I beat someone's ass, I learn the most about myself.
Absolutely.
It's like, who the fuck am I?
100%.
Am I an asshole? Am I like?
I'm definitely not an
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, but you know yourself when you're faced with these situations. It happens all the time, bro. You know, you'll have someone new like yourself, and you're like, all right, bro, like, yo, hit me. Like, I'm gonna defend now. Boom, boom, like, try to hit me. Or like, you'll have like other people that like try to like go tit for tat for you. It's like, all right, I gotta fuck this guy. I have to humble his ass now. You know what I'm saying? It's something like,
Bro, I love those spars. I love where like I go against the bigger guy, and they're like, oh, like I'll just toss this little
oh,
guy
you don't know who I
around.
am?
Yeah, no, not even that. Like I honestly, I just go.
Yeah.
I straight up just make that sound because like Like when you're bigger than someone, you kind of like a little piece of you is just like, I can like take this little guy.
Nah,
and it's a significant difference. You know what I mean?
But that definitely taught you probably like a lot. Cause I know like sparring you, obviously I'm new to this shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like you'll fuck me up, but then you'll teach me why I got fucked up, or like you like break it down for me, so like, you can tell there's no ego there.
Yeah,
I think that's important. I think just in general in life, just being that type of person, I just feel like that shit comes right back to you.
Because also like we're a team, you know.
Right.
We're a family, you know. Like
yeah.
I don't want to see you like go spar someone and then you get beat up. Like nah, like that's my boy. Like if I can help you like in any way, you getting better is gonna help me get better, because now you're gonna be more confident in throwing your strikes and everything, and that's gonna make me have to defend, you know. Like when I sparred all the other days, motherfucker was lighting me up with right kicks, and I'm like, yo, like this is 4th time this motherfucker sparred, and like he's throwing, I just didn't have an answer back, like mentally. I was like, yo, like getting my ass beat right now, you know. But even times like I forgot where I was going with that. Kind of just.
It's crazy when you talk a lot. You're just like.
Yeah, that was just like, wait, what was I saying?
Happens to me all the time.
So like, and even him increasing like his attributes, you know, now helps me increase my attributes.
Yeah.
And bro, like all we do, we just record, and then we just chill in his car and we watch it. And I'm like, yo, like you're doing this. Like I got you with this. Like same thing I did with you, man. So if I can help you get better, you're gonna help me get better, and then the fucking circle gets better.
Right.
You know, that's what life's about.
If I'm following the trajectory, right? So boom, 16, using wrestling, you fuck around MMA classes.
Realize you was in fucking school.
Your school's like whatever. You got a little bit of a toxic home environment, so you're like, all right, fuck this. I'm gonna go train because that's my happy place.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that transition into what you're doing now? Like, what's the first fight? Like, what do we do? Coach comes up to you, like, yo, you ready? Or like, yo, coach, I'm ready. Like,
so you went to a full Muay Thai gym after that?
Well, I went to Rebel after. Actually, no. After that, so I took a fight and I didn't. Like where I was training at, they didn't give me attention. Like they were paying attention to like the pro fighters and everything, and there was a lot of them. And so I'm like, yo, like I'm trying to fight, man. You know, the guy, the head owner, the coach, he gave me a training schedule, and I was at every class like how I'm doing now. Like I was doing what it required and a little bit more.
Are you working? You're not going to school at this point.
Yeah, I have like a fucking bullshit job at Blink, like cleaning toilets and everything.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, I'm taking all the money I make, I pay for my gym membership, because my dad was like, I don't want to hear that you get your arm broken and everything. And I was like, all right, let me fucking, because if he's paying for it, I'm gonna hear shit.
Yeah.
But if he's not paying for it, you can't tell me what I'm doing.
Right.
You know. And so I would work and go to train, because I did not want to be home. And so after like I followed the schedule. I was like, all right, like I'm not getting a fight, so I just took a fight. Like I reached out to somebody and I was like, hey, like I'd like to fight for your promotion, and I represented that school. And then I found out that was a big no-no. It's like that's like you're representing someone without their okay. And now, depending on your performance, or even regardless of your performance, like you went behind that school, I didn't get the okay, everything, and I lost that fight. And it was my first fight, and I just wasn't conditioned to anything, and it taught me like the value of actually like going into the gym, training, and how much if you don't put in shit, like you ain't gonna get shit. You know, if you put in a lot, like you may get a lot, but that lot isn't guaranteed. You know, so it taught me a lot about like work ethic. And bro, they just like treated me really bad after that, because you know, like I did it to myself. You know, like I represented you guys without y'all okay. And so then my boy, who was also a trainer at Blink, he just started holding pads for me, and he put in a lot of fucking time with me. I remember, and I still talk to this guy to this day, and he reaches out and he tells me that he's proud of me for staying consistent with it. But
sick, man.
He brought me to a gym for a while for free, and he would hold pads for me at any time. He was like, yo, you want to train? And I was like, yes.
It's so weird how like just people in your life, I feel like, you know how they say like, everybody has a purpose, like you can meet somebody for whatever. Like I definitely believe in that stuff, but like, what are the chances you worked with somebody who was willing to hold pads and let you go to the gym?
Exactly, man.
I feel like that's just all part of your fucking story. Exactly. I just feel like that's like, well, I look at little shit like that, like these are pieces of the fucking puzzle. Like all the nights of me like crying and being sad and like trying to figure out like I don't know what the fuck to do in my life, or trying to figure out like I don't have like a fancy camera like these two motherfuckers, like how can I come together with them and do like shit is like all little things. And now I'm blessed with the fact that I got, and there's more of us like that grew up together. It's 7 of us in total, But these are just two. And the other ones are just the other ones are just always like mad creative. They're like into music and all this other shit. Right. So I'm blessed enough to have people around me who have these things that can push me. So it's just like those little nights or whatever is just part of that journey. And for whatever reason, the universe aligned us together.
100%, man.
To now look at me now, like we figured out. Okay, you've been so like stressed and sad and trying to figure. And to this day, shit happens. But it's like they're here for a reason because now I figured out what I want to do in life, which is this type shit. And I have two people who are on the same type of page, so it's just like it's funny how like just life works. Nice. You're gonna have your bad days where like you had like your relationship and school, relationship with your father and like school, but you were around people, or at least that one person contributed to like it's just like another piece of the puzzle. Yeah. So, all right, so you lose that one fight, and then he's holding you down. And then how did you come to this gym?
So I went to Rebel because I remember my dad found out I smoked weed, and he told me like he kicked me out and everything. And I was like, bro, okay. So I got all my shit. I was
the what?
Yeah, I was 19 at the time, and I was dating this girl.
Damn,
I was dating
19.
19. Yeah, but I was like, okay. I put up no fight. You know, I actually gave our neighbors the keys to my dad's truck, and I was like, you can give this back to Carlos, because I was like, yeah, fuck, I'm not gonna call him dad. You know, and I was dating this girl for 4 months, and I was like, so my dad kicked me out, and right there, she was like, she called her mom and her dad, and wow, this is fucked up. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm thinking about what I did after. But
so right there, to that soon.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right after I told her that, like she got on the phone with her mom and her dad, and they were like, yeah, like you can stay here, like and everything. I was like, yo, they never met 4 months. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like this girl, like I fucking don't even remember her last name.
Was she white?
Yeah, white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Of course.
You saw the way, you
saw
the money, bro. Like,
yeah. You did the Birdman shit.
Yeah. That's my cup of tea right there.
That's funny.
I gotta stay away from those. But so I'm living with her for a minute.
How long's a minute?
I think like a year.
A year, okay.
Yeah. So in this year, I'm not talking to my dad or anything. But then she lived 6 minutes away from Rebel, you know, so I didn't have a car. I was using her car sometimes. But the days I didn't have a car, I just got my gear and I walked to the gym. It was 6 minutes away, and I met Eddie the first time, and then I went back and I met Jess, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I have experience and everything, but like, I took the class and, you know, we had the freestyle, or I was just like holding pads. I was like, yeah, jab, cross. I was like, throw the T, throw this. And then I started with Rebel. I think this was in 2014, I think. I've just been with them ever since, but, you know, like, I moved to Connecticut, then I came back and everything. Bro, like, what I love about Rebel is, like, they do, like, almost the same thing, but they do it differently each time. You know, it's like same but different. You know, so, like, how we have the theme of the weeks. You know, like, eventually we're going to have the same theme. Like, we're going to go over defense and evasion, but then we go over, like, something different that we didn't go over, like, 4 weeks prior, or whatever the case may be. And so that just also taught me, like, how repetition is really good, and staying consistent. Because if you don't get better, like, what belt are you in jiu-jitsu?
I was blue.
You was blue?
Yeah. I took some, like, time
You got demoted?
Alright, so yeah, right.
I got demoted.
Yeah, how does that work?
I demote myself. I'm like a big respect.
Mentally,
yeah. So like 2 years out, like I'm sure, like in like if you give me 3 months, I'll be right back at it.
Yeah.
But, like I don't feel like I deserve that. So I'm okay with starting.
But
so even
you know the thing is though, you're gonna go back there and they're gonna tell you like, no, you deserve it.
Find out.
That's what happened to me when I went back. I was like, nah, I don't deserve this.
I'm like,
he's like, no, you earned this in your life. At one point, you earned this.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve it.
The belt stuff is like when you're doing gi, and honestly, like, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about the gi.
Yeah.
If I'm being dead ass, like if I'm being very like dead ass about myself, like I'm gonna stand up and like wrestle like a no gi kind of guy, and like all the belt system is all like gi wise. So like I could care less if I'm being honest, but the art, I would demote myself again just because it's been so long.
But like, even like you getting your blue belt. Like you just went consistently.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got the first stripe, you got the
You
second,
hit a
you got
wall.
the third, you got
Yeah,
the
you
fourth.
hit a wall and then you just get past
You
it
keep-
and then
you keep going.
Cause like it's a good thing because iron sharpens iron type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
if I'm
100%.
sparring with you and you beat my ass all the time, there's going to be a fucking day where I hit you out of nowhere and you're like, oh shit. And then those moments start happening. And you're like, oh shit. Because then it's not just reacting. It's like I'm thinking now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not just trying to
And you're
survive.
doing. You gotta do. You gotta
Exactly.
think and do.
All the muscle memory just starts kicking. Like you just start to hit your stride to a degree, and you're like, oh, I'm fucking getting it, man. It's fucking dope. And then you get happy, and then you just evolve from there.
And then what's crazy is like the first time we sparred, like you circled out with a double jab so perfectly. I was like, oh shit, I gotta fight this motherfucker. And then.
Yeah, he did.
And then I did.
Let me tell you something. You fucking did. I used my one little move.
I was like, right. He's breathing. He's extending his jab. He's moving. He's doing all the right things.
And he's like, oh shit, all right, let me start now. I was like, fuck.
Now let me ask you a question. When you fought him, right? Did he start like fucking you up to a point where you were like, I have no answer? Like he was saying before, like,
oh, absolutely.
You just physically have no answer for it.
Absolutely, but like everything kind of just like it's weird. Like what he's saying, muscle memory. Nah, I haven't been doing this for long at all. But like I try to like pick little certain things like a long guard or like try to like remember those things in the moment and just do it. Like don't be afraid. Like just fucking. I embrace the ass whooping. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I realized
welcome
I embrace the feeling of I don't know what I'm doing. 2, I have no answer for this. 3, I'm getting my ass kicked. But all in all, I embrace it, and I'm like, at the end, like this bell is gonna ring eventually. So like one,
you hope so. You hope you're conscious until that one.
That's how I was as well.
What are you there for? Like, are you there? Like, are you about the shit? Or are you just there to lose weight?
Ant doesn't know.
I don't know.
He's like right there. He's in that. Yeah.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
When you're at the gym, like there's different types of gym people, and so there's people that are casual goers. So like you don't push them too much. There's the ones that don't know what the fuck they want. So you're like, all right, let me give you a taste of it real quick.
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel about it.
So I'll answer that in a second. But to go back to what I embrace the ass whooping, and I'm like, okay, whatever happens, 1, the bell's gonna ring. 2, we're in a controlled environment, and 3, I'm gonna learn something. I don't know what it is. Even as small as, fam, figure something out to not get punched in the face so much. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna learn something. So once you embrace that, so I just embraced it. I got my ass kicked. And I'm like, oh, thank you, and he gave me some pointers, and we keep it moving.
Bro, that was always my issue. When I
black belt taekwondo. Go ahead, let them know, Vinny.
No, I believe I was a blue belt, and I was fighting red belts. And dude,
that's higher.
Yeah. Bro, we were fighting with no chest protectors, so it was only the forearm pads and the shin pads. That's a completely different fucking world for what I was. Dude, I was getting so fucked up, but I was like, dude, they're gonna tell us to rotate it in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, so you're like just.
That was 5 seconds, felt like 5 minutes. Dude, I was just getting hit in the side, bro. I was like, I gotta cry or something. I was like 13 years old.
I was like,
oh my god, dude, like
it's such a weird thing, and I embrace it. And it's like, it is what it is, but like you learn something from it. And to answer you, I started going there because I wanted to learn something for a lot of reasons. Personal reasons, that was just like, I just want to like learn some shit, how to defend myself, or if I ever need to. I needed something new. I needed something to lose weight, and I also wanted just something to like, just something to do. Like, I always looking for it. I just never had the bread for it, and it's expensive. But it's just like, I finally came to terms with the money, and I said, I'm gonna invest this. I'm gonna cut out little certain.
How much you pay a month?
$150.
About 50.
It's like the standard.
No,
I got grandfather. Well, I also do a lot of promoting for them.
Yeah, you do. You basically like work for them.
Yo, like 2 people reached out to me.
You got the
like, how much is the membership? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
You got the sponsorship, bro.
Yeah.
How much you pay a month?
$150.
All right.
I'm new again.
It's like the whole shit. Then.
I'm not like ingrained into the culture.
But and that's just something for me. I looked at it as investment. So I finally did some shit, right? And now I'm there, and it's weird because it's like now I use it. It's like more than like just going and working out for me. It's like, bro, this is not an environment you're used to. So it's, and we talk about this, but it's just like, it put me in a very uncomfortable situation. Now, outside of the gym, work, anywhere else in life, I realize that I'm okay with uncomfortable. I realized I'm figuring something else out. Like, so it's gotten like mentally it's gotten me to another place. So I'm there seeking that feeling. It's like it enhanced my life in such a crazy way. Like mentally,
being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's just so like now that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. Am I ever gonna fight? Who knows?
Yes,
but
he is 100%.
But
100%.
It's like
nice.
Yo,
Is it one of those things where he's like
he doesn't know how to he's
nice.
Both of these guys.
He's nice and he's southpaw.
And he's southpaw, yo. That's why when he moved, I was like, this motherfucker knows what he's doing. I was like, I gotta throw the switch kick to let him know.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Wait, so how long have you
Let me tell you something. I know.
Not long, just like 4 months, really.
4 months? Okay.
Yeah.
You're working with the game?
4 months, yo, and he's throwing right body kicks like someone stole his money. Yeah, I was like, yo, okay.
He told me that. Nah, I want to though.
So wait, this is your first martial arts training?
Yeah. I boxed a little when I was younger, and then before that, I wrestled in high school.
I wrestled in high school. Shout out.
Yo,
I wrestled for 1 year, and I tried Taekwondo when I was like young as fuck, and I was in the class with my little brother. And we're doing sit-ups and I farted. But like nobody knew.
Shut up again.
But nobody knew it was me. And my little brother was around like, yo, Tony. I'm like, yo, my man. I was like, yo, chill. I never He aired my whole shit out. Like, yo, shut the fuck up.
I remember I farted once in class and we were doing sit-ups. And I let it
That's the perfect fart position.
Yo, I came up and I was like, yo, Jeremiah farted everybody, and then people literally like moved away from me. It was that bad while we're doing sit-ups. So it was like, yo, that shit was on the first level. Everyone ate that.
So if you don't mind me asking, you're going through all of this. You're not living at home. You're not in school. That's a lot, bro. You're 25 at this point. Like,
no, and at that point, I had just turned 20.
How? Like, just how? Like, what? Were you always mentally tough? I'm sure you had your time. What the fuck? I can't even at 19. I can't.
This man probably just had to hit adulthood real fucking quick.
That, yes, 100%.
Has anything helped you with the mental?
Not really, man. Nah, I just kind of honestly, I really think.
Do you read?
At the time, I wasn't. I remember with my upbringing, I would always look at myself and was like, yo, no one deserves this. You know, I would literally look myself and while I was going through what I was going through at home, you know, I would just tell myself there has to be something other than what I'm feeling, you know, and I was like, I don't want to make people feel the way that, you know, I feel under this roof.
So self-reflection.
Yeah, so I would look at myself and was like, if there's anything I'm gonna do, it's always know who the fuck Jeremiah is, and kind of just be my own cheerleader, you know. And I say that sometimes I'm like, you gotta be your own critic and your own cheerleader, because people are gonna talk shit about you, and it's gonna be bad, it's gonna be good, and you know, but you gotta know when to keep it real with yourself, and when shit is getting tough, you need to know that shit's tough, but you can't talk yourself out of it because it's tough, you know. You gotta when we're fucking dying, bro, I tell myself I ain't a bitch. Or when I look at Mel and I'm like, yo,
yeah, you be yelling.
Yeah, I'm like, who's gonna run the miles? Who's gonna get their hand raised? That's me hyping myself up, because shit's fucking tough, man. We had to do 10 right kicks, 10 left kicks, 20 right kicks, 20 left kicks, 30 right and left, and then 40 right and left.
I was making all sorts of weird noises.
Bro, my fucking...
It was just the demons coming out of my body.
Just, or one of our training partners who comes in randomly, he's just and then he's dead on the floor. It's fucking crazy, man. And so, but I just kind of knew just look at the bright side of everything, you know. And so when my
that's
dad
a lot though, bro.
Yeah, yo, trust me, I know, man.
I'm sure it wasn't always easy.
It wasn't.
It's easy to say, but I'm sure you had those wars in your mind,
absolutely, man. But I never saw it as why me. I was just you kind of just go with it, you know. With Muay Thai, you just go with the flow, because the second you start to think about the flow gets fucked up. You know, you just kind of go with it, you know. And that's where the Bruce Lee expression quote comes in, be like water, it can flow or it can crash. Yeah. It's just flow, be the water, you know. If the current goes this way, go with the current, but try to bring the current back to your own flow, you know. Yes. And so when when I got kicked out and everything, and I'm thinking, I remember sitting down thinking yo, where is my life, you know, why am I right here? Because eventually I left that girl, and I didn't have a place to stay, so I was sleeping at my job which was UFC gym, and I would just wake up and like at 6 a.m. and train because they had bags there and they had everything. So I would wake up, train, and I was like, yo, like if like
I usually had job. They let you like.
I don't know. They didn't even know. And like all my coworkers were like, yo, sometimes we sleep upstairs, and I was like, oh, cool. So I brought like all my clothes and I put it in the locker, and I just closed it. And I was like, yo, I gotta keep this like low key. You know, I don't want my fucking coworkers to know I'm sleeping here. But then I told Rod that I didn't have a place to stay in anything, you know, because we need someone to vent to. And so I just remember saying, I remember making a recording, and I was like, yo, Jay, like this is where we're at, and it's not fucking great. Like we're working and sleeping under the same roof because of wherever I'm at. And I just remember training like through it all and just being like, yo, like if there's one thing that never left me, it was martial arts in general, and predominantly mainly Muay Thai. And so like I would wake up 6 a.m. I would do my run, I'd hit the bag, I would work, I'd go train, I'd go back to work, like I'd shower and then train again, and then go to sleep upstairs on the fucking couch that we would have meetings on. And I just remember like seeing us having meetings in there and being like, damn, like all you motherfuckers, like regardless of what y'all going through, y'all get to go home.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking sleep where I'm sitting right now, like at the end of the night.
Damn.
Yeah, and so I just remember going through that, and then luckily I got a big break. I got an apartment, I bought my own car. I started dating this new shorty, white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, and everyone wanted to date her.
I see inside here.
Yeah.
See inside here.
You know, they scouted me.
Like,
They scouted
Yo,
me.
the DR came through. Like, let's see, what's his 40 at? What's his vertical at? Let's see, what's his vertical at? Yeah, we're gonna sign this motherfucker. Yeah, they came through.
Mm-hmm. I was just like, there's only one person that's gonna get Jeremiah out of this shithole, and it's Jeremiah. And so I remember working really fucking hard. Like in training and literally in work, I was like, I have to go get clients, I have to promote myself and everything. And like, I remember bringing all my shit there, man. I was brushing my teeth, I was shaving in the bathroom because it was a 24-hour gym, so like I could wake up early. And
I need you to stop humbling yourself. Where the fuck did you get this mental fortitude?
I'm saying,
like,
bro.
like you, what's your religious background? Do you believe in spirits, chakras? I don't know what the fuck it is.
I do. I believe in like.
What's
Like
the
what
cheat
is
code,
it like?
man?
Like for me, like when I train so much, bro, I was like, yo, I need something to do because this shit is killing my body right now. Like you know, like on your days off and shit. Like what is it? Like what's I guess part of the upbringing. Like what's your hobbies? Like
2 liters of ice cream, bro.
Yeah, no, 2 gallons, bro.
2 gallons.
Yeah, don't disrespect.
Like we know so much right now. We're learning a lot about like the fire Jeremiah and like the person that got. But like what outside of the gym? Like what's he saying? Like what brings you happy? Like what keeps you you? Is it just like that's like the biggest part? Like what complements that? Like what else?
Well, this is honestly just who I've always been. Like my dad would honestly, like when I was in like middle school and high school, my dad would yell at me for holding the door open for everyone. He was like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? And like everyone would go in, and my dad would be like, yo, you gotta go to fucking class. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. And then I'd go in, you know, but I would hold the door open for everyone, and I would just, you know, like always give to people first and everything. And I was just like, I can get myself out of this situation. You know, I essentially either I did something or I didn't do something that got me to where I'm at. You know, so I have to change course and everything.
Yeah.
You know, so and it's easier said than done. But like, I just remember doing it, and you know, like in the beginning, I was like, yo, like fuck, like this person because they did this. You know, this person did that. This person did this, and then I was just like, yo, but Jeremiah is here because Jeremiah got himself here. You know,
That's dope.
And I always thought like when I was going through the shit with my dad and everything, I was like, yo, like despite this, I still have a roof over my head. And I still have food. You know,
little
someone.
things.
Huh?
You enjoy like the little things.
Yeah, man, bro. It's always the little things.
Yeah.
You know, because everyone wants materialistic things. Like
Facts.
they're like, oh, like if I have this nice car, like one thing my dad always used to tell me, and thank God he doesn't live by this, is he who dies with the most toys wins. So like, who has the most cars, who has the nice house, and I was like, well, this nice house doesn't mean shit if everyone's unhappy.
Yeah.
And I told my dad, he was like, oh, don't you want this? Don't you want that? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, he's like, what would you want? I was like, honestly, if I could just train all the time, I'd be happy. I was like, if I can just help people, like in fighting, like that, like seeing people happy is like, that shit feels good. You know, like when you make someone laugh and they're like they have like a fucking, like their stomach hurts or like they start crying, like you just brought joy to that person.
Shit was great.
You know, so like, I would just train people, and like they would like leave feeling great, or I would just sit down with people and be like, yo, like work on this, work on that. You know, like what I do for you in my eyes, bro. I always did that.
Bro, that's us with this.
You know, and it's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's
a
weird,
great
bro.
fucking
Especially when people hit us up,
water. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
I was dying. I'm not gonna hold you, son. I was like, yo, I can't.
Yeah, it was like you read my mind.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yo, I couldn't
Yeah,
carry
for
it.
real.
I have to be a good host.
My lips is dumb chapped right now. I'm like, oh, and you guys are gonna bring water.
But when we go to the bar, you can hold 5 Coronas in one hand.
That's exactly.
Nah, but that's something that we do here, fam. Like, yo, I don't know what the fuck we're doing, and we're having fun with it, and we're.
You know, essentially, we all like we want to know what we're doing, but we're just doing it. Like we have a vision on where we want it to be, but you just gotta do it daily. You know?
Now I have to ask. I'm sorry. This was all back like, and from what your timeline is, you're like around 23 at this point, give or take.
About 22.
Yeah,
23.
give or take. How are things now?
Like right now.
Like, how is Jeremiah right now?
Yo, Jeremiah's honestly never been great. Has never been better. You know,
This is what I like to hear.
You still got blonde hair, white skin, blue eyes?
actually, no. I found that. I mean, yes. Because I go to a gym. And there's
He's
just
Aryan race forward, bro.
yeah, man, bro. Like I'm at a gym right now. You guys heard of a gym called Unique Fitness?
Yes.
Bro, I work there. I teach boxing and.
Wait, where's that?
And it's in well, there's 3 locations. The one I go to, it's in Holbrook, and I teach there.
You know what that's about.
You got privates?
Huh?
Do privates?
Bro, yeah.
You got a girl right now?
Nah.
You got multiple. You got multiple.
Yeah,
no.
nah.
I already know.
Multiple.
Not
Nah.
but to dive in.
He's definitely the dude that the girls definitely just pay him just to like be there. And
Be around me.
they're lifting like 5 pounds. They're just like Jeremiah.
Bro, this one, I told Mel this the other day. I'm hitting the bag, bro, and what I do when I hit the fucking bag there, they have the bags on slidey things, and there's 10 bags. So I move 5 to one side and 4 to the other, and I just keep one bag in the middle. And this thing's like a good like 10 feet long, and this one girl goes right in front of my bag. And it's like, you have all this fucking turf. You have this 50 yards of fucking turf. There's no one on the turf, and you go right in front of me. And the turf is like, the bag is like right where I'm at.
Mating call.
Exactly. You know, she's doing
Mating
like,
call.
she's doing planks where her ass like towards me and everything. And I'm like, I just turn around and I just do my work. You know, I'm focused. You know,
Thank you
so,
for the testosterone boost.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, but then it's not like something I'm in right now. You know, like Jeremiah is focused, like tunnel fucking vision on being a fighter. You know, so like when shit's getting tough, I'm like, yo, like getting your hand raised and everything. Like sometimes like when I look at girls, I'm like, and fucking Melvin brought this up to me. He brought this up a Jocko podcast where, what was the guy's name where he looked at his sword?
Miyamoto Musashi.
Yeah, Miyamoto Musashi. And there was one part where, like, he's talking to this girl and she's like in love with him, and he's like, I love you too. And then he looks at his sword, and then he looks back at her and he's like, but I can't have you in my life because when I looked at my sword, like I didn't think of you or I didn't feel anything towards you because like fighting was his thing, was his passion. You know, and so like I'm at a point right now, like, bro, sometimes I don't even like beat my own meat, to be honest. Like I'm just like, I'll watch a Thai video or anything.
You're not clearing the pipes, bro?
Nah, man. I do it, bro. I do it once. Sometimes I'll do it once a week just because it's not good to let it back up.
Yeah, just build up.
Just to let it, bro. And then yeah, I get pissed. I'm like, oh god, now I gotta clean this.
Allow me to translate. You see me work on this bag. You see these arms. You see the technique. Oh, you thought there was a cigarette on the floor. Nope. It's just technique, baby.
It's just technique.
You see me sweating. You see this nice melanin in my body.
You talking about the skin color?
Yeah, you see this haircut.
You see this, yeah.
You see how I look good. You trying to distract me,
And bro,
little
like,
fucking devil.
Nah, you
I
can't.
know you want this.
You know, and it's funny you say that because you ever heard of the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill?
Yeah, I don't read it.
I've
Tell
heard
me
of it.
about please.
I've never read it,
that
but I've
fucking
heard
book. I have an audible version, and it talks about how there's drifting, there's hypnotic rhythm, and there's learning from adversity. There's different topics, and so one of them that I really like is like learning like what your definiteness of purpose is, like what's something that sets your soul on fire. And for me, it's fighting. You know, it's for me like it's like what do you see yourself doing, bro? When I forgot who I told this to, but like I see me in the ring, I see the camera like staring in front of me, and I know like they're like introducing from Jeremiah Kid Flash Vega, and the fucking crowd fucking boos or the crowd goes wild. Like I picture shit like that, you know, and that's what Jeremiah's so focused on right now. And
So sorry, ladies.
basically, one girl, she comes over, and she's like, at one point she was just like, so are we just always gonna watch Netflix movies? And I was like, yeah, why? What'd you want to do? And she's like, I don't know, maybe like fuck. And I was like, nah. I was like, if that's what you want to do, like, you can, straight up, I was just like, you can find someone else. I was like, for right now, like, this is what I'm in. And then she laughed and she's like, no, serious. And I was like, no, seriously. I was like, I'm not.
I'm not like every other guy.
Yeah. And I was
Treat me
like
like a piece of fucking
meat. Yeah.
Lord,
I told her,
respect
I was like,
me.
yeah, respect, basically. And so, luckily, we still hang out and everything, and she understands. But
That's dope.
in the book, it talks about like how the devil he gets through to us with the temptation of sex, you know, because who doesn't like blowing a load? Even women, like that girl that was stretching in front of me, like she was definitely like soaking wet, waiting for me. And I was just
We're
like
not talking sweat.
bro, and I literally moved my bag away from her, like where she was. I went up and she like looked at me and like she like waved and I like went I just moved my bag like a little like 2 feet away from her just to let her know like nah.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm here for this. Don't try to fucking distract me.
Looking forward to it.
And so, like, in the book, he talks about, like, drifting with, through, like, sex. Like, because, again, it feels great and everything. But I found out, like, Jeremiah would let it get too in the way. Like, I wouldn't go train because I was, like, with my girl. Or my girl would try to talk me out of doing it. She's like, oh, like, it's Friday night. Like, who wants to go train? And I was like, I fucking do. And she's like, oh, but, you know, you're missing out on, like, making memories. And I was like, okay, I guess. Like, I did it for her, and then... Bro, funny story with that.
But those are your memories that you want to create.
Yeah, exactly. Like that, bro, that's why I fucking train Sunday fucking morning. Like, I call you guys, I'm like, yo, like, are we doing sprints? Or, like, even before, like, you guys would come out to do the sprints, I was, like, still there. I would fucking... I told you today, like, on my runs, I would, like, envision, like, me doing shit like this with, like, Joe Rogan or the guy from Impact Theory. Yeah. And just, like, shit like this and everything, you know? And it's just really, it's all discipline, man. And so
that's like the biggest takeaway is discipline. It takes a lot to like work out by yourself, and if you got wifey, to not hang out with wifey or to go to the club.
And that's why I'm single. That's why I find it better for me to just not have a girl.
Let me pick your brains about this. So I heard, what's this Prince something, the black dude on IG, beautiful beard, beautiful eyes. He's like an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Prince, whatever. No. So
I know who you're talking about though. Like they paid they paid for his like bail because he looked good. Yeah. He looked too good to be in jail.
Great beard this fucking guy has. But like he's an entrepreneur or whatever. And he said, don't quote me verbatim, but basically he's telling a story. He was speaking to somebody, right? Talking about discipline, and like the guy was like, nah, like discipline versus lifestyle. That apparently the other guy was just like, nah, fuck all that discipline shit. Like, this is your lifestyle. Like, so do you guys subscribe to that? Like, it's got me to, like, into a point where I'm like, yo, like, discipline, whatever. But, like, I feel like if you want something, you gotta make this shit a lifestyle. Yeah. Like, you gotta eat healthy. That shit gotta be a lifestyle. Yeah. You wanna, like, do it's a lifestyle. So, excuse me, that's what I'm trying to transition right now in my life. Making shit lifestyle and not just, like...
Not making it temporary.
Yeah, or like not saying, oh, this is something I have to do. Like this is like a discipline thing. Like not like I'm making that switch over. Right. I'm subscribing to this idea of lifestyleness and trying to make these changes to make shit lifestyle. Also, shout out to Elijah, trainer, the Grind Tribe, all that cool shit. He talked about alignment. Like I'm trying to find things in my life to align with my goals and what I'm trying to do. And like this is tough, bro. Like I'm at work 40 hours a week. Like it's just paying the bills. Like, no matter, at the end of the day, I gotta pay the fucking bills. And like, unfortunately for me, it is what it is. But it's like, I'm trying to figure out and trying to like calm myself down and try to like do more shit like this to eventually.
You're using it to fund your dreams.
Exactly. So I'm trying to change these mental little things, and like we talk about this all the time. But I think like what you do and like the discipline, like this motherfucker that ass calling me and say, yo, where you at?
Yeah.
Every Sunday, man.
You really gotta make that shit a lifestyle, man. Cause it's like, for me, like I can't go to a plan and like be half-assed. You know what I'm saying? To be fake. I can't be fake. Right. And that's like my mental. Like I'm just so about it right now. Like at the gym and shit. Like all my anxiety goes away now. Cause like I'm focused. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like nutrition and shit like that, like you just gotta know like who you are. Like why is it that I do this? It's like it's to better my brain and my body type shit. Like I'm not eating shit or like I'm not eating as bad as I was because I'm more cognizant of the fact, you know. I respect people. I talk to all different types of people. I'm very polite. Yeah. What I want to put out is the frequency I want back in. Because when I was acting like a whole dickhead and doing dickhead shit,
that's just right back to
I got dickhead shit back. You feel me? So it's like, thank you, Clint. So then like I'm just like, yo, what I put, that's only to you, baby. What I put out is like what I want to receive back in, you know, peace, positivity, love, and all that shit. So it's like, it really is a lifestyle.
I'm mad polite to people. I'm also like very.
But
like,
I'm a polite person to assholes. Like, I'm polite to assholes. And it's like, yo, like you don't affect me, you don't bother me.
Yeah.
You can be the worst fucking person. I'll still be nice, but like like I'll still be me at the end of the day because that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't change for nobody type shit.
Yeah. Nah, I'm the same as like what I want to put out. I'm always mad nice to people. I'm always like mad talkative. Muay Thai, I am a little less talkative than usual just because like that's such a different environment for me. I'm like shy. I'm just like and like these two motherfuckers over here like open me up to this shit. So thank you for that. But it's like, just in general, like I'm just a very like kind person because you try to like push the shit right back.
Yeah. And I found that there's times where you can open your mouth, and there's times where it's better to close the mouth and open the mind, because if you say something, then you're just kind of repeating what you already know.
Oh, that little gem on your head top. Say it one more time.
Which one?
God damn it, I don't need to
say the last 2 sentences.
Sometimes it's better to close your mouth and open your mind.
So, like, gotta know when to say something, but
it's my caption.
It's better to close the mouth and open the mind, because if you're speaking, then you're just repeating what you already know. But when you close your mouth and you open your mind, then you're hearing something new for the first time, and then you can kind of make it work for you in your life, and how whatever you're going through, you can be like, oh shit, like okay, like with checking kicks, or like with going for a choke, maybe you going it a certain way won't work for you, but then when you open your mind to a different way of doing it, then you have a greater success doing it your way, but taking a little from what you learned or what you heard, and then implementing it, but you wouldn't have gotten that little like piece of information if you would have just kept talking, or you would have kept like doing something, And I found that out with our coach Rod, he would always tell me like what I need to work on and everything, and I took it as like him telling me like I sucked, and he wasn't even saying that at all, but I was just like a little bitch about it, because I don't want to I've been doing this for 9 years, and he's been doing it for 3, but he's been in Muay Thai for 3 years, so his like technique, his timing and everything is crazy. And so I would just get mad at him, and I would always respond back to something, and then I saw this video about how responding back isn't good for the soul. Like when you respond back negatively, you never feel good after. Like you're never like, yeah, like I told that guy off, you know what I mean?
And it's like with people, like I think what was it, Nipsey, like you experience people. So like even if it's a newbie or a seasoned like pro, like you always can learn different things about yourself.
100%.
Because a new person could teach you fucking humility and like, how to be a leader, how to teach type shit, and then like a more trained person could, could tell you down on the basics. Like I feel like you could always learn from everybody. You can't really discriminate type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like, that's what I love about the gym, but that's what that shit brought to me. It's like, yo, no matter what you are, I can learn something from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can never discredit nobody or judge anybody.
Right.
Like I love that shit.
Yeah, sometimes there's people that come, like when I'm at Unique, like I'll be hitting the bag, and there was this one guy who was like, yo, like he's like this wouldn't work on me. He's like, I did Tai Chi and everything, and I was like, okay. I just put my headphones right back in, and I just kept going to the bag. And then again, like at the end of my workout, he's like, yeah, like he's like, if you throw a jab at me, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, okay. And then another guy, like I'm training. I didn't know it was his girl, and she was also my coworker. And she's like, oh, like me and these 2 guys want to do a class with you. And I'm like, it's better you learn more like if you do one-on-one and everything. And so she came in, and like we're teaching. I'm just teaching her and everything. And then some guy walks over, and she had just told me that she was still on the clock and everything. And this guy's like, what are you doing? And she's like panicking. So I'm like, oh shit, I just got her in trouble. Like she's supposed to be working and everything, and she's on the clock. And so I shake this guy's hand. I'm like, hey man, I'm Jerimiah. Like sorry, like we're just training. And then he like takes a few steps away from me. And like at this point, he's like a significant distance away from me. He just yells like, I don't give a shit if you do boxing or Muay Thai. Like I'll fuck you up. And then I'm like, okay. And then I just start eating my food like right after. And I was like, whatever this guy was going through, I put myself in because this girl told me that was her boyfriend, and I was like, shit, like, all right, if I walked in and I saw my girl who wasn't texting me back all night and all morning,
nice bearded man
with a guy doing something, come to find out he's a pro MMA fighter, so it was like, damn, like, he sees his girl who hasn't been texting him, like, training with someone else, like, you know, I empathize real quick, you know, because it's words.
That sense of security.
Yeah, it's mad insecurity. And I was just like, okay, like, I'm not gonna, like, I told you this today. Like, people are like, oh, like, well, why didn't I respond back? And I was like, well, you want me to fight words? Like, I want to fucking throw a double jab at, like, the fuck you, and, like, slip the boxing. I was like, it makes no point.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, and you guys, do you guys know Sadhguru?
No.
He's this Indian guy, and he speaks about, like, just happiness and everything. And so what is the ultimate slavery? So I'm so happy you guys didn't say anything. And so the ultimate slavery is allowing someone else to control how we feel on the inside. You know, like, so when people say something mean to us, you know, and then we get mad, and then we respond. It was like, now for that split second, we allowed someone else to control how I responded. And I, like, you're not about to fucking do that to Jerimiah. You know, like, fuck you, I'll kick your ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Like now your negativity and your negative ass doesn't win if I don't respond back. You know, or you kill them with kindness. You know, and then my boxing coach posted something. He's like, if someone's being a dick to you, don't be a dick back. Because one, you'll feel better because like not even allowing someone else to make you mad.
Yeah.
Anything. Because at the end of the day, like, there's a time to, I wouldn't even say be angry. Like, if you're angry with yourself for allowing yourself to do something, then you can be angry. But like, if Ant straight up punches me in the face, well, that's a different story. Then I'll fight you. But like if you tell me you'll kick my ass or whatever, and I say like, nah, man, fuck you. It's like, now I'm giving you the reaction that you wanted.
Right.
You know. But if I don't give you that reaction, I've gotten people even more mad for not getting mad at them. You know, like when they try to press me or anything, I'm like, yeah, man, like, you would kick my ass. And then they're just quiet. They're like, yeah, I would. And I'm like, yeah, you would. Like, all over this map. I was like, shit, like, you probably rip me in half, right? Like, yeah, like, yo, fuck you, man. I'm like, like, why are you letting me get you mad right now? By me not getting mad, you know? So that's the ultimate slavery, is allowing someone else to control.
It's like mental fucking.
Yeah, man. And I just kind of had that mentality, like, just throughout my life, you know? But of course, I'm not perfect. Like, I've gotten mad at people.
Of course.
I've gotten mad at situations, but I've realized, like, for what? You know, like, being.
What you get out of it?
You get nothing, man.
Yeah.
You get nothing, you know?
If anything, it ruins your fucking day.
Yeah, exactly. And I just posted a picture, like, it was like these two stick figures, but they're like two little bubbles, and the one is like, oh, where'd you get that? I've been looking for it. And the other stick figure is like holding a bag of chips, but it says happiness. And he's like, oh, like, I created this on the inside. You know, so like, that's where happiness comes.
That's where it starts.
That's it, man.
Yeah, like, you can't force that shit.
You can't.
You gotta find it.
You can't. Yeah. You create it by just following with what you want to do, like with me and fighting and everything. I just stood on that.
That's beautiful.
Don't be fake about it. Don't
man.
follow other people's dreams and shit. Like, you gotta do what you want to do.
You know, especially like, well, there's fighters. You know, there's fighters, and I watch what they're doing. That's it. What are they doing? They're fucking training. You know, they're going out running the miles. They're on the air bike.
Yo, these guys fucking all the time, bro.
On paper,
train so much.
paper, it's not that difficult. Like,
No.
from, like, you know what I'm
Like
saying?
the idea
For
of training
for most
a lot.
athlete, it's not that difficult. It's like, do this,
It's not.
eat right, don't get distracted.
And that's the discipline that comes.
And it's literally all discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone hits the wall because, like, do you really want to do this?
Yeah.
That's when you find out, motherfuckers, if you really want to live this life. It's like, so you want to be a fighter.
Yeah.
That's always a line in like the Ultimate Fighter section. It's real. It's like, you know, like, no one wants to spar like 12 rounds. You feel me? Like, that feeling you get after like multiple. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to prep for a fight. No one wants to be at the gym like that. But like, if you want to get to where you want to go, this is what the fuck you gotta do.
And I've even found joy in it. Like, the best part of like training is the 10-minute ropes. Skipping rope for 10 minutes. I fucking love that shit. People are like dying. People stop. They hit their toe. They stop. Me, I'm like, I just keep going. You know, and my fucking rope is 5 pounds, and I'm like, yo, and like, yeah, he's like, I feel like a chump. Everyone got this
they all had
ropes.
the wild big daddy rope.
Yeah.
I was in here like, all right.
This little thing, it was
I'm
like,
copying my own.
ding, ding. Yo, get it, man.
Yeah,
Get it.
man.
You'll be happy. You'll be mad at me.
That shit
'Cause
sucks.
that shit,
Though.
you know,
Like
when you ever use a tie rope,
Yeah.
bro, that shit can.
It hurts.
It's heavy.
It hurts so much.
You know, but I found joy in just skipping rope. You know,
It's a pain. There's like a sick fuck about it.
Yeah, man.
Like I love pain. Like, I'm like, yo, if I don't go to jits and I don't get a black eye type shit, like I didn't do it right. And I'm fucking weird like that. I just like getting hurt, but like not injury. I just like getting fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Getting hurt,
It's
but not
crazy.
injured.
It's like when you realize you can. I mean, granted, it's some sparring like it's controlled,
Yeah.
but like that split, that moment when you realize that yo, I got through this 4 minutes. Now I'm on to the next one. Like it's like a satisfaction that like it's okay, bro. Like
It's everything's cute. Like to me, it's like it's
granted you're not on the streets, not like crazy, but like
Yeah.
when you realize that yo, it's like whatever. Like I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. I think everybody should try something like this, bro.
Absolutely.
And like I'm like the least violent person there is. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not out here. Oh, I go to a Muay Thai gym. Like I would
Still
never.
fucking rally up the troops.
Yeah. Like I would never do some shit like that, but. It's a beautiful mind thing that just happens. And just like surrounding yourself around people like this was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I was supposed to meet Jeremiah and Mel and like we all come together to do some type of shit. Like this motherfucker is like just picking his brain. Like he should be doing something like this. It's just so like we appreciate you for coming on. That was very like that was some heavy shit, man. Some quick rapid fire.
I want to work out now. I'm
Word.
like, God damn.
Pre-fight rituals. Give it to me.
Pre-fight rituals, bro.
Like what has to what?
Bro, I fucking dance my ass off. I have to.
That's beautiful,
Bro, like you ever catch me like when I'm entering the
They
gym?
be walking in. You be
Yeah,
like,
I'll be bumping. Bro, my go-to song, I know almost every. Well,
Taylor Swift.
Huh? Nah. Drake, Wu-Tang Forever. And I don't
That's
listen
my
so
shit.
much Drake,
Yeah.
but I listen.
It's yours. Nobody else's. Yeah. That song is hard, actually.
It does. I
I
listen to it, I sing it, and I just dance right before. Sometimes like I'll pace, but the pace ain't shit. If I didn't
It's not like
dance,
built up energy. Like you just like I gotta do something.
not
with
even
energy.
that, bro. I just look at fighting as like instead of it me being getting the pre-fight jitters or like the
Yeah.
nerves, I'm like, yo, this is the fucking. I'm like, oh, I can't fucking wait. Like this is what I've been training for, you know.
That's dope.
Like, I turned it into that, and I remember there was one fight I fought at a bar, but not like a bar fight. It was.
I was like, hey yo.
Yeah, like they set up a ring. It was official, but I was pacing. Like people were just like mad. Like yo, we're getting into a fight, and me, I'm like yo, I'm getting into a fight. Like I'm pacing back and forth and I'm dancing. I was like, I look at everyone. I'm like yo guys, like this is the moment. Like we fucking trained for. Like this is where all the sacrifices pay off and everything. I was like, don't look at it as like a negative thing. Like yeah, we're about to go out there and fight. But yo, this is the fucking moment we all trained for. And bro, this was the blue corner, and I think there were 6 fights after that, and I think 4 of them won. And then like 3 of them came up to me after, and they were like, yo, like you fucking set me on fire. I was like, yo, like I did. Like one guy was like, yo, like I told my girl to like not even come over because I needed to like stay focused. I was like, yo, man, like now you get to fucking go home and like plow your girl out. And he was so happy with that. He was like, yeah, man. And I was like, yo, just like when you look at the sacrifices you've made, and you come out on top, then you're like, yo, this paid off.
You're doing it right.
Yeah, bro, right before the fight.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm yelling loud. And I'm dancing, and then like when it's getting closer, like I'm like, yo, here we fucking go, man. Like here we go. And that's when I start pacing. I'm like, also the pace kind of like helps set my tone. Like if I'm feeling flowy, I'll have like a nice flow. But if I'm like, I'm ready to fuck someone up, I'm pacing hard.
Do you go numb or like are you in the fight talking yourself in your mind like as it's like oh shit this is going on just like adjusting or do you just?
I try to zone everyone out. I try to just picture it's just me and this guy, and literally we're in each other's way of the next level.
You fought this year, right?
Yeah, I fought twice this year. I fought February. I don't remember the day. I fought February and April. In February, I fought this guy who was undefeated, and I beat him. And then I fought Mucho Macho, the guy I told you about, in April.
Yeah. So you won one and lost one this year.
Yeah.
And like so you're just like.
Yo, the Pedro one.
Now?
The February one, I was like.
I saw that one. You
YouTube.
put it up on your IG. I watched it.
Yeah, man, that shit was mad fun. But with that one, I was like, this guy's undefeated, for a reason, because he's good. He's 30 years old, so he was like 6 years older than me, and he was shorter than me. So I was like, all right, I gotta keep my range and everything. But bro, Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until you get hit, So I I don't want to say I don't establish a game plan. I just kind of like watch film and it's like, all right, this person does this, so I'm gonna have to do this style. You know, like how Ross said, the female style, like technical style and everything. I did that in the beginning, and then rounds 2 and 3, I lost the first round because his pressure was really good, and he was chopping the fuck out of my leg, bro. Like it hurts like a shit the next day because I couldn't bend my left leg.
God damn.
Yeah, it was bad. You know, so, but I'll thank that MMA fighter from Bellator for teaching me like low kicks and that shit fucking straightened me up, you know, so.
Okay.
But first round was his, and then second, third round, I remember my coach literally slapped me in the face and he was like, I need you to fight now. And I was like, yo, I got hit, and I was like, yo, this is live, like this is real shit right now. You know, but he was also an MMA fighter, so he didn't really grasp the concept of like, Thai has to start out slow a little bit. It's more of like an art form than an aggressive sport. You know, it's still fighting, but it's an art, you know. And so I fought him. I felt great. When I won, I was like, I just beat someone who was undefeated. Like my fucking dick got so hard that moment. I was like, yo, like I felt like on top of the world.
Beat his meat for the first time in 6 months.
Yeah,
after that.
yeah. And I was dating some girl, and CT, and it was a good time.
Oh, I just had a flashback. I saw that
Yeah, he
flashback.
saw that. He saw that.
Ah, shit.
That's crazy, man. Yo, that's beautiful. That was like very heavy, man. That was like a nice little.
I was
challenge.
emotional. I was emotional.
Yeah, but he was on the ride just now. He's just like,
My head went through it.
That's good.
that's beautiful, man.
The way you like speak about your story, you articulate it very well. I was like, God damn,
This is
like,
beautiful.
alright.
Yeah,
Shit.
again, man, we all go through shit, you know, and I feel like a lot of times people try to play the blame game or play the victim. Like that's not gonna get you
Talk
anywhere.
about it.
You know, like that's not gonna get you anywhere. You know, like especially when people, like there was someone in my life, I should say, and like they're super overweight and everything, and they're really unhappy and everything. And I'm like, well, instead of fucking complaining about it, why don't you do something about it? You know, and then they're like, oh, it's easy for you to say because you don't have this, you don't have that. And I was like, no, I'm walking places. Like I'm walking 3 to 5 fucking miles, like here, and walking back from the grocery store. Like you won't even give me a ride, and I'm not throwing that in your face, but like I'm fucking making it happen. You know, like what you said, do what you can where you are with what you have. Like that's a Les Brown quote. And he's another motivational speaker, and he's a great mentor. And I read his book, The 12 Laws of Success, where you just find what you're passionate about and
Go from there.
just want to do it.
So right now, where you're at, you're fighting, you're training full time, basically. I know you say you work in the gym, but
even my work schedule at the gym, I work 6 to 10, so that way I can go to the noon class, and then I take off in that little time so I can go to the evening class. You know, but Tuesdays you got to make sacrifices for money, you know, because money's not gonna magically fall from the sky, you know.
Unfortunately.
Thailand the next step.
100%, man. People talk about like where
Speak about it, 2020, man.
Yo, it's gonna happen.
Is this I was gonna ask, like, what's next? Like, any fights coming up or?
So none right now, sadly, because I've been training a lot, man. You know, so there was 3 opportunities.
Always fucking there, bro.
Yo, literally, I'm always there.
Oh, okay.
Yo, like people ask me when my classes are. I'm like, I don't fucking teach it. But they're like, well, you're always here. Like I'm always posting and everything. I'm like, I'm just a student.
Student of the game, baby.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Paying your dues.
And honestly, like, I don't want to say I wouldn't want to teach at Rebel, but I wouldn't want to teach right now at Rebel because I like.
You learn, like,
I
it's
like
about you.
Again, I like where Jerimiah is at. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I'm not talking to a girl. Like, although like I ate like 1.5 gallons of ice cream and
You heard that right?
pizza.
A gallon and a half.
Of ice cream, the mint chocolate chip Friendly's version. Because their mint chocolate chip ice cream is greener and their chocolate chips are bigger than the Turkey Hill mint chocolate chip.
He knows the
Pro
stats.
tip. Anyone who likes mint chocolate chip, I don't know you, but there you go. Get the
shop
Friendlies.
Go to shop.
Also, we said like favorite ice cream,
Yeah.
cookies and cream with the Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey, phenomenal. It's like banana ice cream with like walnuts, dark chocolate.
It's so expensive though.
Oh hell yeah!
So
It's-
expensive.
This like a cup like this, you
That's-
know, like the what is it, quart, pint, whatever they're called.
The quarts.
These little shits.
Oh, the pints.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah,
fucking
it's like
thing.
$6-7. Like the
Yeah,
it's bread.
fuck?
Yo, for real.
Yeah.
Where I'll wait for like the deal where like sometimes the Friendlies is $2.50 and I'll get 2 of them and then I walk by like the Breyers Oreo cooking cream and it's like $4.99. I'm like, yo, fuck you, $4.99 for the same kind of ice cream. It's just this one tastes a little bit better. It's like Breyers is like the AirPods of ice cream, you know, like it's the good brand.
Yo, but they got the Girl Scout cookies, Samoa's ice cream version.
They have
You
it.
like Girl Scout cookies and ice cream?
Yeah, the Samoa joints.
Yeah, I know.
Breyers.
Wow,
Breyers.
you thought you were just gonna get a traditional fighting podcast or Muay Thai?
No,
Look at that.
now I'm a fat boy. at
We're
heart.
giving you some
I'm a
fucking
fat boy
shopping
at heart.
tips right now.
Oh, that's a fact, man.
But like you know, like you've competed, correct?
I actually haven't.
You haven't.
I'm like,
He was in this.
He
Alright, let me
always
tell you.
called me a student.
He
I'm
was
a student of the game.
He was in this position where he wanted to. Certain reasons held him back, and he ultimately maybe realized like I'm not focused. I shouldn't do this, and he just didn't do it. Like I think in the long
Which
run,
is smart. Which is smart.
it was a smart thing. But I mean, he can speak to as to why not. But like I know there was one part where he
I
was
don't give a
just.
fuck.
It
Well,
was
it's
a
more
girl.
it's just distractions.
Distractions.
But like a big thing of it too is like I was anxious. I had so much anxiety. So like getting in the ring, like I would fucking like kill myself for it. It's as weird as it sounds. Like you hit like I like flipped the switch. Like the build up to go to the gym would be the hardest for me, and then like when I was there, like it would go away. But then like I took time off because I was bullshitting with ex-girlfriend, and then I never came back because I was just like, nah, fuck it, I don't want to go. I don't know why. Like it's just I just get so anxious. I get like the gym. Like I feel like when like my anxiety was so bad. Like when I heard like people, you know, when you got the gym, you just bullshit and laugh. I'll be like, yo, they're laughing at me type shit, or like yo, like I'm ass. Like I can't compete with these motherfuckers. And it was so weird because it was a mental thing. And I was like, when I was sparring, like, I used to get lit the fuck up because like I wasn't thinking of like fighting. I was just thinking of other things that I couldn't control.
Yeah, like, oh, people are looking at me.
Yeah, type shit. So I was like, all right. I like took any. I bowed down. I was like, all right, let me regroup. And then like it wasn't until like now that I finally went back to the gym. And so I'm just trying to get right, and then it's just training back at it.
Right.
But
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fun. Like because you know, like niggas like to shoot photos, niggas like to talk and like create content. But like I love fighting, bro. Like it brings a different animal inside of me, and it's like competing gives me goals. You know, like when you compete is when like you really reach your fucking goals type shit.
Yeah, you reach.
So that's like that's where I'm trying to be at in 2020. Besides making shit with these motherfuckers, is like try to get back to jits, try to like stand up again, and then like hopefully within like a year get back into a fight.
I'm trying to travel, bro. I know this had nothing to do with anything, but
Absolutely.
Thailand.
I want to travel and train.
That'd be sick.
That's like one of my biggest things.
I would love to go to Thailand and take a Muay Thai, like go to like a Muay Thai.
I want to go to Brazil, learn the jits from from the OGs, do that.
So far, I got Guatemala
do
in the
it.
books.
Do
in
it.
January.
Do it.
I know you're going to Cuba.
Hey,
You're going to Ecuador.
Where you going to Cuba?
I'm trying to go to London.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what it is? It's like I definitely don't have fucking money, but it's like I'm prioritizing things. And I'm just like, you know what? Like I'm young. I don't have kids. If I want to spend this X amount of money and go for this experience, I'm doing it, man. So like, if you guys have the opportunity to, even if it's just go to, I don't know, North Carolina for the weekend or like Toronto. I went to Toronto twice this year. Didn't spend like crazy money, but it was like I did it for like 3 days, 4 days. I did like 4-day trips. And you're young, and you don't have kids. I know we all got bills. I got fucking bills. I don't get paid no crazy shit. Like just do it. Like cut out the McDonald's. Cut out the little money here. And then like just try to make that shit happen. Cause I think like traveling, bro, is opening up my mind.
I don't know
so
what
many.
you meant to say that phrase because like listening to him like legit like there's nothing stopping you.
Oh, for real, yeah.
Like, if you don't have a car, like you walk. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really want to be about it, like motherfuckers that like yo I hate being here. Like I want to travel. It's like all right, make it happen. Kid or no kid. You know what I'm saying? Job or no job. Like you just make shit happen.
Of course.
No, and it's tough, but
it's not to say it's not tough.
Yeah, and the way I've always looked at it is like how is a car like crushed? The same way a diamond is made through pressure, you know. So or like
what fuck you didn't make that up? What quote did you get that from? You made that up?
Yeah, honestly.
That's fucking
off the dome, man. My guy's nice.
Make a fucking buck.
My guy's fucking nice. You heard?
Or there was another
Played
one.
with the accusations.
Yo, for real. It was like,
Nah, he's nice with it. I'm like,
you know,
I'm like crushing a car.
Prettier.
Yeah, my boy Mel's dying back there. He's like sleeping.
Yeah, it's,
You good?
Of course, man. It's
Yeah.
like,
Having fun.
This is a long one.
Where are we at?
An hour and 45.
Yo, time
I
flies.
did not feel
You guys cannot keep going without you telling them what happened to that guy when you saw him at the function. What did he say to you?
At the what?
The guy, the unique guy. What did he say to you the next time he saw you, bro? The guy that told you he was gonna whoop your ass.
Just never showed up.
Nah. The next time he saw you, bro, what did he say to you?
Oh, he said I handled the situation like a true martial artist. Like, because I didn't really do anything. Like, wow. You talking about that guy?
Yeah.
Bro, because like this is the same guy. He was a pro MMA fighter. This was like when I was training his girl. He woke up.
He was an MMA fighter too?
Yeah, he was a pro MMA fighter. And I actually fought
Yo, motherfucker, you left that whole point of the story out. This whole time I thought I was an insecure dude.
No, he did not leave that out. I swear to you, he did not leave that out. He said this dude was a pro MMA
I
fighter.
said that.
So he was just like, okay. And he ate his food. I clearly remember this part.
Thank you, man.
You guys
I
have
thought
to go back
I thought
and
the guy
listen.
called him a pro MMA fighter.
Yeah, there's like, I don't
the guy
give a
that called
care
me
for
out.
this.
The guy that was like, I don't give a shit if you box or do Muay Thai, like, I'll kick your ass. He was a pro MMA fighter. And I've actually fought on a card with him and everything. And then 2 days after, we had a Christmas party that I really didn't want to go to because it was a Saturday night.
Like
I
work
wanted to
night?
go train.
Yeah.
Say again?
Like a work thing?
Yeah. And so I was like, but you know, it'd be good like for me to just like meet people and everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I want people to know like.
How's the
Jeremiah-
vibes?
Bro, the vibes are fucking cool.
Yeah, y'all dance?
Yeah, I
I'm a
danced.
dancer.
Bro, like the dance floor was open, but no one was there, and I was like, you know, I don't want to be the first one dancing, you know. So I didn't even drink that whole night. I went up to the bar, and the girl was like, "Oh, like what can I get for you?" And I was like, "Can I get a water, no ice, please?" And she was like, "A what?" I was like, "A water with no ice." And she like looked, and she looked around. She was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "All right." This guy's like getting a club soda and a vodka thing, and I'm like, I get my water with no ice. I'm just sipping on that. And people are like, "Oh, what are you drinking?" I'm like, "Water, no ice." The whole night, I went back for like 3 times, to the point where she would just see me and she was like, "Water," and I was like, "Yep." And because I was
Fuck
like,
up the dance floor though?
yeah, absolutely,
Of course.
100%. And you know,
Access to the process.
Courtney came, and that's a friend of ours, and she trains, and she's a member of the gym.
Is she the one that kicked you in the neck?
No,
Oh, okay.
she couldn't do that if she tried.
Shots, Courtney. Now you got fucked up.
But I just remember dancing, and I was like, you know, like the only way they'll know Jeremiah is if Jeremiah comes out of his bubble. You know, not that I was in my bubble, but I was like, yo, I'm gonna fucking dance. And so I just started dancing. And a couple of girls came and they just started dancing with me, but I was like, no, I have to hold the professional like image. You know, like I danced with them, but I didn't do
Yeah, of
anything.
course,
Like,
yeah, you do.
you know, and I was like, you know, like I also drank water the
It's
whole
a
night.
Christmas party.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you expect?
Yo, but like, no, people were like getting down. There was one girl where I was like, yo, I got STD standing like next to me. Like she was like dropping it low and like she was coming closer and closer to me, and I was just like,
She saw it.
yo, people were
I'm
like,
a
She
I'm
won.
a master at the like girls coming to you shimmy out the way.
Yeah.
I'm beautiful at that. Be hitting like a little
Hey,
Omarion
bro.
spin.
yeah, he was like,
What was that?
Just dip on them.
Yeah.
I'm nice with it, bro.
yeah, it was cool, you know. So
That's great. Wow, this is.
yeah, so I bumped into the girl. Her name, we'll leave her name out. But I bumped into her and her man, and she did the typical female. Like she saw me, but she didn't want to see that she saw me to make anything awkward. And I saw her. Yeah,
Oh,
none of
you're
that.
here.
And so I saw her boyfriend, and I went right up to him. I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like put my hand on his shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, man." He's like, "Yo, about the other day," and I was just like, "Bro, no hard feelings, man." And I was like, "Yo, I heard you do jujitsu." Yeah, I just acted like Jeremiah. I was like mad chill about it, and you know we spoke about it, and he was like, "Yo, like I handled it." What's funny is he was like, "You handled it like a true martial artist," and I was like, "I'd like to say I handled it like a Thai fighter." You know, like a Thai is like more like sabai. Remember I told you the video I watched? It was like attachment's not good, or like just responding back isn't good. I got that from. His name's Crew F, and he teaches at this gym, Sichafo Muay Thai in Thailand. And he's like, when you respond back, like it's not good for you. And so I was just like, why am I gonna respond back? And he's like, bro, like, we just talked, but we ended up talking for a whole hour after that. And people were like, yo, you and him okay? I was like, yeah. We talked about what we would do if a zombie apocalypse happened.
That's
what would you
dope.
do? What would I do?
Shins to the
Bro,
fucking neck.
honestly, Mel told me he would like just break out because like of his family, and I was like, yo, same, honestly. Like my sister and my dad have too much of a big mouth, so I would probably die if I stood with them. And I'm not about to do that, you know. Like, I love you guys, but honestly, I'd probably just be on my own. And you saw my post where I was like, I'd make my jump rope into like my weapon of choice.
Yeah, that shit fucking.
Yeah, there was a nice
that
picture
shit to the
of me.
fucking toe.
Yeah, easy.
Imagine getting cracked with that, bro. Wow.
No, it hurt. It hurt a lot.
So we just spoke about shit like that, you know, like, and I felt like I just felt good because when I didn't respond back, that I also didn't expect anything out of it, like to get any clout or anything.
And look at that.
Or like people to just be like, oh my
Next
god,
day,
where
y'all
you
chatting
at?
about zombie apocalypse, all
Yeah,
jacked up, all good to go.
Talking about like the foods we eat when we're not cutting weight for
no
fights.
felonies, no, no
Nothing,
getting kicked out the
nothing.
gym.
That's another thing. You fight, you not only can you get hurt, not only you can hurt somebody, but then you deadass can get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if you're a black
public
belt.
and shit. What?
If you're like a black belt, you get in more trouble too.
Really? Oh shit.
Mhm.
That's what they say.
Damn man. Well, wow. Yo, thanks. This is our longest episode, so that's the first.
Oh, okay.
Yo, your story's incredible. I know you, so it's like, well, I'm getting to know you a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like I've known you for years a little
It's
bit.
my fucking guy, man.
It's your guy?
Yeah.
I know you got him water, guy.
Huh?
You got him
Yeah,
water.
yeah. It's my. I mean, you gotta treat the host good. I mean, you gotta treat the guests good.
Okay.
I forgot about you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know.
You won't see.
I told her when I sat down, I was like,
You gotta come water for
"Damn."
yourself in your home. I'm like, alright, yeah, fuck me, huh?
When I said that, I reminded me of that little kid. She sat down.
Oh my
Remember that?
god,
I
bro.
love that kid.
That dude's wild.
Yo, but first of all, let them know where they can find you on social
Facts.
media.
Plug yourself.
Just on my Instagram is where I'm at mainly. It's Jerimiah _KidFlash _Vega. That's pretty much it. Whatever. Like I have Snapchat, but I don't remember the name of it.
You do any
It's
privates
like-
or anything like that?
Say again?
You do privates or anything?
Little fans only.
No, it's open. Anyone can watch it. Wait, what? Wait. Did that go over my
DM
head?
for premium content.
Huh?
Do you know what OnlyFans is?
No. Oh yeah. Yeah. My dad sent me this guy, this black dude, like who's, you know, he swings for the same team, and it was a video of him like jiggling his ass, and it was like, oh, follow my fans only page.
I'm not
And
even
I was
gonna lie,
like,
I didn't know
what
where that was gonna go. I was like, well, hey, yo.
Yo, people making money off of that, fam.
is this? Yo, for real, this
I
guy.
support the hustle. Go for
Yo,
it.
for
Sure,
real,
Get
you
your
know?
bread,
White
get your bread
cheeks.
up.
Yo, DM for premium content.
Yeah, it's nah, don't do it.
Alright, tell them,
It's my
alright,
fucking
let's
gut.
do what we do. Let's drop the gems.
Yo, man, yeah, to end it off, we like to give people a tip of the day. I'll start off. Tip your fucking, when you go out, tip, man. Tip your waiters. That's all I got today, man. Just fucking tip your waiters, bro. Don't be a dick. That's all I got. Vinny?
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's all
Tip
you
your
got?
waiters. Yeah, that's a good one, though. That's a good one.
My tip of the day is make sure you put your socks in the same laundry bin, because if you lose them shits, you're gonna have fucking random socks anywhere, and it's horrible. When you go to your laundry, it's terrible. Just don't do it.
Alright, so
Make sure
Joe-
you have all your socks,
It
bro.
always sounds like homeowner advice type shit.
But having
Well,
socks.
he works at a realtor thing, bro.
I guess
Come
it
on,
makes
you know what
sense.
he's doing? He's plugging
Yeah,
that.
you see that bathroom? That's the most
It's like
beautiful bathroom I've ever been in.
It's a real
Yo,
I was like, it is a blessing.
Joe, we give him a serious one.
Alright.
We're fucking fucking around.
When you guys are trying to get outside your comfort zone, don't let your past define your future. So don't put imaginary like bars behind, in front of you. Like, just if you want to do something brand new, or if you want to experiment with something, don't let no one make you feel embarrassed about it. Just do it. Fuck it. You may find out that you love it, and then you end up becoming a fucking professional stripper and having an OnlyFans account. I don't know.
Jeremiah?
I have two things.
Go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Go for it, bro.
BOGO, buy one get one, baby.
If you
Vote
don't,
that.
if you don't like jelly on your peanut butter sandwiches, put raisins. You get the same effect, but it takes away the sandwich being wet. And I hate wet sandwiches. So that's
I never
one
thought
tip.
of that.
That's one tip. The second tip is
Never thought of
like fire can burn your house down, or it can keep you warm in the winter, and your mind is the same thing. To piggyback off what you said.
That was a good one.
You made that?
No, I got that from a book.
Oh, thank the Lord. I was about to say.
It's
I
good.
got an
Accusations
quote
again.
game up high. What the fuck?
Accusations.
Yeah, I have just notes of quotes. that
Oh,
I
alright, I
do.
was about to- yeah.
Sometimes I pull over and I'm like, wait, what was this? What was this? And I type it out. I'm like,
That's dope. That's,
That's
fire.
beautiful, man. Yo, as always, thank you for checking this shit out. Yeah, man, we don't got no fucking outro. Yeah, simply2mellow.com. Go cop yourself a hoodie for your lady, for yourself.
We already sold out
Oh
the
my
black.
Yeah, we're
God.
selling out.
Hold up. Thank you fucking guys. For anyone that supports, anyone invests in buying a hoodie, thank you guys so fucking much.
That means the world to us, man. Simply2mellow.com, at simply2mellow. Follow us
And hold on. And if you fucking made it
this far.
this far,
Paige, you're gonna
with 2
cash out
hours.
you $10.
Pedro will pay for any of your OnlyFans subscriptions. For 1 hour.
Can you share links?
No
to
cap.
Yeah, he's down
I'll
though.
do that if you can share it.
Pedro will pay for how many?
A
2,
subscription.
3? 3 subscriptions.
two, yeah.
2 subscriptions to any OnlyFans account you
2,
want.
if you buy a hoodie, I'll get you 3.
Facts. There
Boom.
you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Yo,
That's a
I may have
deal.
to do that. I may
go
have to do
go
that
tell
now.
your parents you love them or some shit, man. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, good.
Yo, man.
That was
That was awesome.
That was great, bro. How you feel?
Yeah,